Hello, hello, hello. We are here today with some more Regulation LC. Let me switch over my tabs really quickly just so I can be a bit prepared. But how is everyone doing today? We're going to be doing some nice Showdown VGC LC content. Should be a lot of fun. For anyone who is looking to battle though, join the Discord above, as I will be taking any Discords, well, any games that are in the pinned comment Discord, as well as in the VGC LC Discord that is in the description below. It is literally labeled LC VGC Resources. So for anyone who is looking to fight, of course, we do have that. And then video capture real quick. Perfect. Okay. And that is on. And it's cropped properly this time, because last time that was an issue for a little bit and I had to fix that live. And I thought that with my green screen moving a bit, might have happened again. But no, we're good. We're good. Perfect. Is this going to be a showdown? Yeah, I tried to... I saw the comment right before I was like ready to go. So I tried to slide that in, but yes, in case you missed that part, it is directly on Showdown for the games. Anyone in the Discord that's pinned will be eligible. For this format specifically, obviously it is also that's why I want everyone in the Discord who are fighting, but it's a NatDex format specifically with like restricted legend, well, like restricted legend-esque Pokemon. So for anyone who does want to fight though, we will be taking challenges. Let me actually really quickly ping the roll real quick, and then anyone who accepts, whether they're here or not, will get to fight. Let me see. Best of 3 OTS. Okay. Yeah, so obviously all these games will also be best of 3 OTS, just in case anyone wasn't sure. For anyone who is in the server and is looking to fight though, just drop your reply. I didn't going to right now. Yeah, totally fine. Yeah, so I'm only taking games that are replying to those challenge requests in the matchmaking chats. Specifically, make sure you join the VGC LC Discord. There's two different Discords. There's one is my personal Discord, but join the VGC one in the resources if you're looking to fight, and then just reply to the matchmaking ladder or testing one. The ladder is like literally our official ladder that we set up, that the mods, self included, do update. And then the testing one is just for people who are just looking to test teams casually. It's unranked, so that's essentially like your challenging a friend equivalent. So you can reply to whichever you want, and then I'll challenge your showdown, and we'll be good to go. But today we're gonna be using a Tangela Torchic Sun team. It's kind of cool. It's built around just Torchic Sun, special Torchic with Heat Wave. I tried this the other day on Snow, and I thought it was decent, but I think it'll do a lot better on Sun. Perfect. Okay, so we have our first game of the day. It's gonna be against Amanda Goats. So I'll challenge them now. Let's see. So this should be the best of 3. Yep. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna fight them first, and then again, whoever else joins. Is it singles or doubles? It is doubles. This is for VGC. The text. I think the title literally says VGC. If it doesn't, then I gotta add that in. But it is for doubles. Yeah, no, VGC is like literally a doubles format. That's literally just what it is. It just doubles. Also, I gotta get this back to live because for some reason it's not. Okay, perfect. Oh, apparently there's a literal button I can click to get that to live. That's kind of cool, actually. But yeah. So we should be good to start. We have our first person challenge. They'll accept any minute. Amanda Goats, we've actually fought them a couple times so far. I think I forget what our record against them is, but either way though, yeah, so it's NatDex LC doubles. It's not like an official tier. Like if you see this lengthy challenge code, that's why I just anyone in the server, so then anyone can like get a clear visual of like the rules. We have restricted legends, restricted legends, I should say. Like my opponent's is Scyther, mine is Tangela, and then it's 5 other picks. Spring 4, best of 3. And then it's on with Deep Chi as well. So, like, for example, I could see they have Fake Out Grassy Seed with Acrobatics Mienfu. They're just 4 attacks. They have a Life Orb Grookey. Ooh, Life Orb Grookey's kind of cool, actually. We haven't seen Life Orb a lot. I wonder, is this like the literal... I think there's a coaching sample with Scyther. I wonder... It definitely doesn't look like that. I don't think there was a Life Orb Grookey in any of the samples. Either way, still really cool. Very weak to Sun, especially Torchic. Like, Torchic ransacks 5 of these 6. Well, 4 of these 6, I should say. It should do some decent damage to Magby, to be fair, but even still. The nose pass will be kind of an issue, especially with Wide Guard. I will need to take care of that very handily. I think that my play will probably be Riolu. I feel like Riolu Torchic, in worst case, I could BP out if nose pass is on the field. And then I'll go with Tangela And then I kind of like the idea of also just going with Squirtle. I don't really think I need Actually, no, Larvitar's kind of cool. I can Stomping Tantrum the nose passive if need be. So I think I'll do that. I might just BP a speed boost into that and then just let yeah, okay, perfect. They go with Riolu and Scyther. That's actually great. Because what I could do from here, I'm going to set up a Sunny Day, and then I'm going to go for... I think I'm going to go for a Protect immediately. Because then I can bring in Tangela if they go for the Dueling Beat into Riolu, and I'm kind of fine with that. They might just, yep, okay, so they're just going to kill Riolu. Still, honestly, perfectly fine. Because I can just go into Tangela now, and go for the Ancient Power right into the Scyther. And that's going to deal a ton of damage. And then I can just go for Heat Wave to pick off stuff. I think Scyther will probably at minimum outpace Torchic, but I can still get a nice single target attack off. Because they don't have Sword Stance, and there's no way they're taking an Ancient Power from Covert Cloak. So Magby should still die to this, which is great. Beautiful. Yep. Okay, so Riolu is basically dead. Magby is completely dead. This is already a great start. They're going to probably bring in some sort of Fake Out Mon, which is fine. I don't think they have enough turns to really bully my team, and Torchic is now at +2, so we're kind of set. Grookey. Okay, perfect. Grookey's fine, yeah. I don't actually mind this. We're going to Solar Beam either way, and then I think that my play is just to go for Protect. Because I don't really want Torchic having... Actually, Torchic doesn't really take a lot from this anyway. I don't know why I made that play. I guess Rielu's dead either way, so that's kind of valid. And then I think we just win. I'm pretty sure we just win. I don't really know 100%, but I'm confident. We're gonna go for Hidden Power Fire and Heat Wave just to make sure that I can kill. I know obviously Heat Wave's gonna kill, but like if I miss for some reason, I can take out both Mons. Perfect. Okay, yeah. See, Torchic's kind of a menace. Good round. Game number 2. Okay. So right off the bat, they're definitely bringing Nose Pass to game number 2. There's no world where Nose Pass doesn't come. So with that in mind, I think I'm just gonna go for the... I think I'm gonna go for Tangle of Riolu this time on lead. Because I can still Ancient Power that Scyther if need be, and just go for an immediate turn 1. Especially if they're not leaving Fake Out, I can easily do that. Actually, no, I do kind of need to... You know, it's level 50. It's level 50, because it's, again, it's off of VGC. It's literally just VGC, but, like, if it was an LC format. Because VGC's LC, formats are all level 50. They don't really ban Mons in particular. They just do the restricted, stuff like that. So that's kind of like what the purpose was. Let's see. Okay, so Nose Pass Scyther this time around. Okay, still fine in all honesty. I'm just gonna go for Sunny Day, and I'm gonna go for a Protect here. There's a good chance this thing goes for like a Sword Stance this turn. I'm kind of fine with that. I'll need to be a bit careful with Nose Pass, but I can still Baton Pass into that, which is kind of decent. And the goal should just be to try and take out the Scyther again. Scyther is the big threat here. I'm not really too concerned with anything else. Sunny Day goes off. Dueling Beat into Riolu. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to go for the raw Ancient Power right here, and I'm going to Baton Pass into Larvitar. Wide Guard goes off. Perfectly fine. Scyther dies, and I BP the Speed Boost into Larvitar now. Which is actually kind of a monster against this team. Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, now I just get free Guts Boosted Facades into literally everything, basically. Just to be safe, what I'll probably do is I'm probably just going to go for like a Hidden Power Fire into the Grookey when that does inevitably come in this turn. And then, oh, Riolu comes in. Okay, Riolu's fine, actually. Because I could just Solar Beam that raw, and then just go for Tantrum. They're going to go for Coaching. Coaching is still not a big threat. I just need the Riolu gone so it doesn't keep Coaching. And then, yeah, this doesn't do a ton, but it's enough. That's enough damage right there. Because what I could do now... Mienfu's last one. Okay, Mienfu's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna Solar Beam, and I'm gonna go for Protect. Actually, I'll go for Solar Beam. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Solar Beam Protect. I do kind of need this thing to get a speed boost, so it outpaces Mienfu. But I also need it more just so I can not die to Nose Pass. That would be great. They're gonna Fake Out. That's whatever. I'm not really too concerned here. Thankfully, we take like nothing from that. So we'll go for the Solar Beam here into Nose Pass, and I'm gonna go for the Heat Wave here. If they go for Wide Guard, that's chill. Beautiful. Okay, yeah. Torchic cooks. Torchic cooks. Beautiful. Yeah, this Torchic has been such a fun mon to use. I think it's actually like genuinely super slept on right now. And not a lot of people are using Special Torchic. I think it's a pretty good call actually in the current format. But yeah, I'm looking forward to let's see. Yeah, Torchic I think is a menace. Torchic is objectively a menace. This mod is super clean. I'm so here for this. I think this is the future of Sun personally, because it gives torching like an actual out if it has a bad matchup, which is kind of cool. Let me submit this in samples. Yeah, it's first time using Tangle It too. I kind of like it. I might throw in Rage Powder over HP Fire. I'm not too sure on that. Jury's out. But we might see Hidden Power Fire go just because I don't know if I really need the coverage. Though single target fire is not terrible because Nose Pass does kind of pressure my Torchic pretty well. But I feel like that I'm still kind of fine. I think I'm still kind of fine. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Now that might become Rage Powder later on though, because I think Rage Powder could be kind of cool. But we already have 2 picks for it, so it's not the most essential. Anyway, for now, taking more games if anyone else wants to. Okay, perfect. Yeah, the Tangle is definitely clean now for sure. I like it a lot. The Torchic as well is just really, it's a damning mon. I need that thing on VR next time. Gonna instigate my usual random stream mon. The GOAT needs to be on ranked, etc. I guess for now I could probably just go over the VR and just go over my thoughts, because now that we've had like a few streams of this, this will probably be the last one in a row, by the way. Friday we're just gonna do some Reg G, because I do have a video I want to prepare that I need some more Reg G practice. So we'll probably like go back and forth between this and other stuff, but for now though I do want to quickly take the time to, it should be, here we go, perfect. Okay, so we have the VRs. So these are the viability rankings. They have not changed since the last time we've talked about them, but obviously, you know, a lot of times past, I kind of wanted to give my updated thoughts on stuff and what I'm expecting, I guess, for the next slate of VRs. So obviously, a few things I want to kind of highlight on while we're waiting for matches, obviously. We're going to start with talking about these S tiers. I think the S tiers are the best place to start. Grookey definitely still S tier. This is all ABC order, by the way. Grookey and Riol I think are S tiers. I think Mienfoo though could definitely drop. I would go as far as maybe even putting Mienfoo in A tier. I think Scraggy is also a better fighting type than it, but at minimum, definitely Riolu is considerably better. And there's a lot of good stuff that just kind of overwhelms Mienfoo. It's not the most consistent pick, but it's still kind of fine. A pluses, I'd really just move Spritz up. This is the new S tier for sure. This thing is kind of dumb. Everything else I like in the A plus tier. The A tier, nothing really should change. Maybe Fletchling down to like A minus, but its role is still really fucking unique. I think everything else here is pretty good. Like Mantech is not super common, but it is a pretty deadly bond when it does show up. I think there's a lot of good matchup fish into a lot of things, like how good fire types are, for example. It's a great wide guard Pokemon. It's probably like the best wide guard user. It's not a common pick because it is Mantech at the end of the day. Like, I feel like a lot of people just don't value the role as much right now, but when the role is present on teams, it is like a very good pick. A minus, I'd probably move up Cutiefly. Maybe there's a case to move up Tailo, but I'm not really too sure. I think the rest of this tier is fine. Hisui Zora can also maybe drop. Not really too sure. I feel like this is a good mon, like in theory, but just no one's really using it. The other thing I should probably enter this portion of the list is Gimmighoul Chest. The Gimmighoul roaming form, when that thing does come up, like my goodness, that mon will be kind of nuts. In fact, actually, we're gonna make a copy of this. We're gonna make a copy of this, and we're gonna start modifying, because I think that is I'll post the copy on this window right here, and that way then we can get like a nice visual VR. Let me see really quickly. I just need to figure out, right, okay, hidden tab stuff. Let me allow access real quick. And then beautiful, okay, sweet, that auto loads now. Okay, so we're going to tweak some stuff really quickly. Actually, wait, it's not this sheet. What sheet is this for everything? It's Trippy reference. Here we go. Yep. Okay, perfect. I think I pulled from here. Let me double check real quick. Does that actually change anything or no? I don't think that does. Scoring. No, it definitely wasn't scoring. I'm trying to figure out where I coded all my stuff again. Yeah, okay, so it is reference. I mean, yeah, this should... Oh, right, hold on. I'm dumb. I still need to unhide a bunch of stuff. VR sheet. Yeah, where's Abra going? Reference B equals J1 A3. Let me double check. Nope. Okay, so that was definitely right. Yeah, why is Abra not showing up? I'm very confused. Okay. Remember when Duraludon was Little Cup? I remember that. What's your Strudel? Strudel is a non-restricted Pokemon. You could just use Strudel. Oh, you mean in the VR? I don't think Strudel made the VR just because this was only off of mons that people had actually used in the format. So yeah, it was really just that. Is this not like auto updating or something? Yeah, for some reason this isn't auto updating. And I'm not sure why. Let's see. Is this like only pulling information? I'm curious if it's only pulling information like incorrectly. I might just need to pull out an actual tier list. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull out an actual tier list. Well, yeah, you can use Strudel, yeah. Howdy, Eduardo. How are you doing today? Let me really quickly. What I'm gonna do. Let me see. Where's the VR? I know there was some place they linked a VR. Where was the VR they used? Maybe it was an announcement? I can't remember. I'm trying to find where the sheet is. Let's see. Was it here? No. It was samples. I know for a fact there was like a literal VR, and I'm trying to find where it went. Because I want to try and... Can you put Pikachu? No, Pikachu is not a Little Cup Pokemon. I could do Pichu though. I can maybe make a Pichu team later. That actually wouldn't be something I'd be against doing. Let me see. Tier list. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I can't find it. I'll just have to find a new one. Okay. Let me see. Tier maker. I'll need to find it in another tab. I swear I have it on a tab. Yeah, Pikachu is unfortunately not Little Cup. Let me see. Sorry, I'm going through my tier maker tabs. I'm just seeing, because I don't have a bunch of these. Let's see. So this is not what I need. It's not what I need. I might have just deleted it on accident. Maybe I sent it somewhere. let's see. Let me just look up tier list. Here we go, here we go. I found it. I found it. There we go. Okay. So this is the one that we used. Well, I put Pikachu for my ace of my first Pokemon World Championship team. I mean, Pikachu's like a good Pokemon like standard VGC, but like it would just not be allowed in this format is all. Imagine things that would happen if Pikachu would be way too much for a tier like this. Yeah, so for now, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna reset this tier list. Because I'm not gonna rank like every Pokemon, but I do wanna like literally. My Pikachu's not normal. Then that's a Pokemon that if it's from Let's Go, then it doesn't evolve ever, which means it doesn't fit Little Cup either. All these Pokemon can evolve. So yeah. It also would not fit anyway. Sorry to burst your bubble there. There we go. Okay, perfect. Finally. I finally organized my tabs. Okay. So what I'm going to do is essentially I'm going to A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, C plus C, D bad. Okay, perfect. We'll just recreate the tier list, and then we'll go from there. And we will just sort as needed. Because we can easily like tweak the changes, and I think that's the easiest way to do this. I'm just gonna really quickly fix the colors. Because yeah, perfect. Okay, sweet. Much better. Not that one. We don't speak of that one. I don't know. I mean, Let's Go wasn't that terrible of a game. I personally, I think Let's Go was fun. It's just not competitively focused is all, which is valid. Okay. So obviously we're gonna start off with our S tiers. We have 3 Pokemon for our S tier. And that is going to be, we're gonna rank them best to worst, in my opinion. So we're gonna start off with Spritzee. I think Spritzee right now is the undeniably best Pokemon in the entire format. I would go as far as to say that this is the format defining pick at the current moment. It's Spritzee. Being probably the best fairy type by a mile, there's not really a good restricted fairy type, and Cutify is significantly worse despite still being a viable option. This thing sets Trick Room. Its ability is the really big thing kind of carrying it though, because its ability essentially just means that you can't get things like Taunted, Encored, etc. So you get a very free Trick Room setter that with Covert Cloak, it literally cannot be impeded. I've found that I've needed to kind of build a Spritzee check into every team I've done, which usually just is a Pokemon that can Oko it. Or at least 2 Pokemon that together only can Oko it, that don't really care about redirection. Things like, Heatwave Torchic was a good example. I can't like necessarily Oko it with Sun Up, but I can do a lot of damage, and at least it puts some good early pressure on, to where stuff like Slow-Mo Larvitar or even like Slow-Mo Tangela can do the finishing job. And then we also have like Encore Hoppip next to that, which can at least stop partner Pokemon from doing stuff if we lock it into Protect. Albeit we need a good speed advantage on that, but still. Spritzee's definitely annoying though. Very annoying Pokemon. Second is definitely Riolu, and third is definitely Grookey. Those are the top 3 for sure in this format. Riolu and Grookey are pretty self-explanatory. Riolu is a pretty good support Pokemon. Things like Prankster Coaching, Prankster Follow Me, because it is Nat Dex, so it does get Follow Me back. So those are both going to be pretty distinct things that Riolu can get. Grookey is just priority. It's the only terrain setter as well, so both like very oh, the Pikachu. Oh no, that Pikachu is broken, yeah. As an objectively broken Pikachu. Yeah, the Grookey though has decent priority. Again, only Pokemon like set terrain with an ability besides Smoliv, so like that's a really big deal. For the A plus tier, we're gonna go let's see, we'll do this one in best to worst as well, and then I'll probably go to not best to worst from there. But we have 4 different Pokemon for this. Because we did move Spritzee. I'm gonna put Mienfoo in that tier. I think Mienfoo's still really good, but I don't think it's like the best Pokemon on that tier. So let me find the 4 first that we're putting in A+. Mienfoo was another one. And then we had Fungus was the other one. It's basically all Gen 5 plus, because Gen 5 is a pretty good LC tier. It's Gen 5 Mons and Squirtle is literally the tier. So, in case you want an indication of how good Gen 5 Mons are in competitive, like they're all very good. As far as the order for these goes, I would say it goes like Squirtle, Scraggy, Fungus, Mienfoo. My partner Pikachu will hold their items. The Violet. Oh God, no, 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 absolutely not. That sounds deranged. Especially the Z move too. No, that's deranged. As far as the viability for these goes, it's pretty simple. Squirtle has Fake Out and Follow Me. It's like one of the only Pokemon besides Pichu that gets that. So that's already insane as it is. But on top of that as well, it's a really good bulky water type. I say bulky water. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon, but I mean, at the same time though, if you're not a restricted pick, having like 44, 65, 64 is like respectable bulk for this format. And even still, like with Citrus Berry, you get enough longevity to where you can take like a single hit from most restricteds if it's not like super infested or helping hand boosted. Scraggy is decent for Intimidate. It's probably the best Intimidate mon, but at the same time though, it's more here for like the typing. Dark Fighting is a really good typing since besides like Spritzing and Cutiefly, there are just not good fairies. Fungus is really good for redirection. There's no safety goggles in this format whatsoever, unless you're like a very specific to Amoonguss, specifically weak to Fungus team. You're not really running safety goggles, which is great, and especially without Terra. There's not a lot of grass types. There's a Grookey and Fungus, so Fungus is still a good pick. It's just not commonly used because a lot of people are leaning more towards like very offensive teams. But I think it still is an objectively good place, and especially the fact that no one's really prepping for it. It's a good pick. We have Mienfoo finally. I think Mienfoo's still decent. Fake Out Inner Focus is probably still the best non-restricted option for it. And it has good support like coaching, U-turn, knockoff, etc. Quick Guard too is like the best anti-priority in the format outside of just being a faster Fake Out user. So like this mon still definitely has a place. I just think that in comparison to Riolu is objectively better as a fighting type. Though Mienfoo has some decent offenses to it, and it probably is the better offensive choice just because of the move pool it gets. I had the Galar Grass starter Pokemon. Yeah, no, it's a good pick. Grookey is easily, thanks to its ability, one of the best options. Now we're gonna get into our flat A tiers. Nothing in this tier really changes besides Fletchling going down, so we'll just drag them in and talk about them. These are just gonna be from here on out in Dex order, unless I feel really confident I can get a good ranking on them, which I don't know if I can. Actually, I'll leave Fletchling over here because it's not going up yet. Let's see, we're gonna need Magby, Frillish, Mantike, Farfetch, Carvana. Okay, so we can keep going up for now. Where did I put Amora? Fuck, I lost Amora already. Here we go. Okay, sweet. Yeah. So Amora, Carvana. We have Mantike to grab up here. We have Frillish to get up here. I am grabbing female Frillish though. Sumi. And then how many Pokemon total do we have in this tier? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then Magby and Farfetch are higher up. That's fine. Okay. Let's see. So we'll put you. We'll put you. We'll put you. This is just the easiest way to do it because if I'm just dragging them all in one trip, I feel like it's gonna be simpler for later on. Oh, I'm also moving Taylor up. Yeah, Taylor's really nasty. And then it is Mantike and Farfetch'd Galar. Or not Mantike. Magby. Magby is the one I'm looking for. And Magby's right here. And then Farfetch'd Galar should be somewhere. Is that in Gen 8? That better not be in Gen 8 for some reason. Where's Farfetch'd Galar? If someone sees it, by the way, in chat, just let me know. But I don't think I'm noticing Farfetch'd Galar on here. Farfetch'd Galar, never mind. I found it. I found it. I'm not too blind. As far as the order for these goes, I actually could probably get a good order for this. This isn't too hard of an option to rank. I think Amora is definitely the best option of these. I would personally say that Amora is the number 1 A tier for a few different reasons. For one, there are not a lot of good. Is Pikachu's bunny ears? Is Pikachu's girlfriend bunny? Probably not. Pikachu wasn't able to play in the tier. But Amora is really good. Ice Rock is a really dangerous dual stab, and considering there's not a lot of good ground types, this Pokemon actually does a lot. It's great with Refrigerate and also Snow. I think both sets do a lot of work. Throat Spray with Refrigerate and Hyper Voice is really spammable. And then obviously we also have the Snow with like Blizzard Spam and Freeze Dry, really obnoxious. I think both abilities do really well, and this is a really good Pokemon on a lot of teams. Just a great offensive pick. Frillish is definitely next. Really good Water Spout spammer, just Choice Scarf from Mystic Water, and this thing kind of goes nuts. Great on Tailwind and Trick Room. It's one of the few Pokemon that like you can run both really fast and really slow. Whereas the Discord, it's either in the pinned comment or if you go in the description and look for VGC LC Discord, that would be it would be in either of those, and then just reply in one of the matchmaking chats, and then I'll take you on. So Foolish is obviously still really good. Great water spout user. It has a lot of the good options like Strength Sap, Shadow Ball, etc. Is Baneri good in Little Cup? Definitely not. No, Baneri is terrible, and it's even worse in doubles. A Violet is not banned. It's just item claused because it's VGC, so it's like 1 per team. I'd probably put Magby up next for sure. It would go like Magby, Carvana, Mantike, Farfetch, Scowler. Oh wait, Taylor, right? I forgot Taylor. Taylor would probably be like right above. Oh, no, that's not Taylor. Taylor would be like right above Mantike, I would say. As far as the order goes, Magby is great with Follow Me plus Heat Wave. It's a great special fire type. It's one of the best special fire types, I would say. Personally, I'd say it's the very best. Carvana is great with coaching next to Riolu because you could side Prankster into dark types, so like I can coaching boost this still. And with speed boost, this is a very quick snowball on the teams, but it's also like only single target viable. Tailwind was a really good manual Tailwinder. It's probably the best Tailwind option among the non-restricteds. Though Mantic is a close second. This thing gets Tailwind plus Wide Guard, which is great. This is more like Tailwind plus offensive with like mono normal with or even like Brave Bird plus Quick Attack or Brave Bird Facade. Like you get a lot of options with this. This is still a good fighting type. Scrappy's still really good. It's great in the things like you could just 2-hit KO Galacorso with a fighting sap, and that's kind of obnoxious. But like I feel like it's just a worse option than like Mienfoo and Riolu. This one's borderline an A tier, like an A- as well. But we'll have to see how that goes. I think it could definitely have some merit, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's like the best option. This is why Klutz is bad. Klutz is bad for a lot of reasons. You really just need items. But yeah, I would say. Actually, I'm gonna drop this down to A-. I don't think Galaforge Fetch is that good. Maybe I'm just using it wrong, but like when I've used it, when I've seen it used, I just don't think it does a lot. For other mons in this tier, let me drag through the really quick ones. We have Paris. Paris is fine. I'll sort these in these are just gonna go in dex order from here because I really don't have strong opinions on these. But like for, let's see, we also have Magnemite to grab. Wherever Magnemite is. Magnemite's over here. Okay, perfect. Yeah. And then we have Fletchling, both Vulpixes, and Zora. Okay, easy enough. And we can discuss this out. I'll keep Zora for now. And then I also gotta add in Gimme Cool. I gotta add in Gimme Cool Chest. Because Gimme Cool Chest is kind of dumb. I think this mon is actually like genuinely a good pick. Let's see, Gimme Cool Chest, Fletchling, Hisui Zora. Hisui Zora is the other one. Because Hisui Zora is kind of weird, but it is objectively like it's such a good mon at one thing it does that it kind of has to be ranked. Because that mon that it checks is so broken. Like it's borderline like the best well, it's not the best restricted, but it is up there. Let's see. And then okay. Perfect. Let me double check to make sure no one's still looking for games. Okay, easy enough. What do you type? Just reply in one of those chats, just so I know what if you're looking for ranked or unranked, and then I'll take you on. Just reply with your showdown. I'm gonna be honest, Pikachu would be yeah, no, it's a light ball Pokemon. It has better stats than most of these things. It would objectively be. Like even Pikachu is a niche in Little Cup. As far as what these Pokemon do, essentially both of these are good weather users. They're both interchangeable viability wise. Snow and Sun are both okay. I think Prankster weather is just better, but like they're both decent setters. Paris is great with like Wide Guard and Spore. It's one of the only Spore users, and it gets Wide Guard too. And Dry Skin. Like it's a really good basculin check. Otherwise, it's not the best. For White Stripe, this is like a really good check to it though. Great choice band option with Rockhead, and you just go with like Rock Slide, Head Smash, Flare Blitz, and you just kind of maul through teams. Great analytic mon. It's probably the best seal type in the format, unfortunately. It gets stuff like Electric Web too, which is decent for Tailwind. Gallery Farfetch is a good broken offensive fighting type, but just again, it pales in comparison to Mienfoo or Riolu or even like Scraggy. This is mostly here just to check Gallic Corsola, but it's so good at checking Gallic Corsola that like it deserves an A- spot. Though it is objectively the worst mon in this tier. Fletchling is decent with priority. It's the only priority non-restricted Tailwind setter, which is good. And then Gimme Cool, really cool Trick Room that actually has popped up. 10 base speed and offensive ghost typing is really dangerous. Great with just like Plot plus Power Gem, and then you just go with like Shadow Ball and then Protect. And it just does a lot of damage. Like any offensive role that Gallic Corsola would have fulfilled with Calm Mind, this does, but it's not a restricted pick, which is really good. Perfect. Okay, I'm seeing you now typing. Yeah, just when you drop your showdown, I will challenge you there. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, so I think this is definitely our A- tier. The Gimmighoul will be the new addition. I'm super looking forward to this one being finally a VR. I pioneered the fuck out of that the other day, and then like genuinely like the mon actually is like so fucking dumb. I am so huge on Gimmighoul chest. Okay. Let me send the challenge real quick. There we go. All right. I just sent the challenge. But yeah, so I think this is a pretty good indication of our A- tier where it's at. I think you could make a case for Torchic getting in here as well, but I feel a little bit more conservative on Torchic's ranking for now. As far as the B pluses, well, we can start off with Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's a cool Sun Abuser. I don't think you really need Chlorophyll. I think realistically Bulbasaur's best niche is just the fact that it's like a fast Sleep Powder mon for Sun, but I think you just use Tangela, and despite the fact that it is a restricted pick, it's still a much better option. I think you don't really need the poison typing, though it is cool for checking Spritzy. That's probably about it. Okay, we're gonna switch over really quickly before I continue with the updated tier list though. We're going to switch over to the battle. So we are taking on the OGAG. The team consists of Arrokuda with Life Orb Arrokuda, Cottony, which is the support Tailwind pick. That's the restricted. I'm fine fighting Cottony. I'm very fine with that. If I got Litten, we have Galar Farfetch'd, which is Choice Scarf. Ooh, Final Gambit's kind of cool, actually. I do fuck with that. Riolu with, oh, I'm so sorry. They have Terra Blast, Terra's Band, and Nattex. Like, everything. And they have Banded Shelter, which is kind of cool, actually. Okay. Well, it's still fine. As far as my lead goes, I'm definitely just going to go with, like, Riolu and... I'm going to go with Riolu Hoppip, and I'm going to go with Torchic, and I think I'm actually going to bench no, I'm going to bring Tangela. I do like Tangela here. Okay. Riolu Hoppip on lead. That should be perfectly fine. I'm just going to go immediately for my Tailwind, and I'm going to go for... They don't have a great way to hit me. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'm going to go for... Sunny Day, and I'm going to go for Tailwind. I'm going to try and Encore Lock that Riolu in a moment. Okay, so we're faster than Cottony, which is good to know. That means they're not max speed. We're gonna Encore Lock the Riolu into whatever it goes for, I think, is the play. Follow me. Okay, perfect. Yeah, sweet. So now we keep up the Sun, which is good. Oh, they Encored. Okay, good play, good play. Still decent, still decent. Now, honestly, this isn't too big of a deal. I could just go for Drain Punch here. And I can just switch out into Torchic, because they can't really damage me anyway, unless they're going to CC a Flying type. Okay, perfectly fine. We still have Pace Cottony, so I can actually just go for Sunny Day and Heat Wave. And if they're not going to go for CC, I'm kind of okay with that, because Cottony won't deal real damage. So even if they click Rain Dance, it's a perfectly free click for me. The Curse Thing should be trapped, and let's go. No, honestly, Partner Pikachu is such a... Ugh, I don't like Partner Pikachu. That mon is so dumb. Objectively so dumb. They're going to go switch out Riolu into Litten, which actually that works out really well for me. They're going to taunt my Riolu in the process, but I'm fine with that because Cottony is dead. Litten is going to pop its Citrus as well, which is fine because I'll get my Speed Boost plus the Hidden Power Ground. And I still have my Cottony in the back, and plus I have a lot of turns left on my weather. I'm going to Drain Punch the Riolu here, and I'm going to go for a Protect here. I don't really want Torchic getting Fake Outed. They're going to Fake Out Torchic. Okay, perfect. Yep. I'm going to get a nice Drain Punch into the Riolu here. And then I think I'm just going to go for a Drain Punch plus Hidden Power Ground is the play. Because I would much rather just kill the Litten. And I could confidently do that. I don't really need Heat Wave at this point. And if I can kill Riolu first, then I'm kind of set. Hidden Power Ground goes off, Litten dies, perfect. Oh, you tell the person why I make the Pokemon. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, no, that thing is... Yeah, that Partner Pikachu fucking guys. That mon is awful. I hate that so much. We're going to go for... Okay, they're going to go into Arrokuda here. That's fine. We're going to switch out into Tangela here. And I'm going to go for a Protect. And that way then I can just... I'm just going to go for Solar Beam and Baton... And, yeah, I'll go for Baton Pass. We'll Baton Pass into the thing. If they're going to go for... Liquidation, that's fine. They're just going to go for Aqua Jet and claim that kill. That's okay. Because they're still on a timer. They die next turn. Because I'm going to go into Riolu instead of Sunny Day. Why you mention Pikachu? Because the chat keeps mentioning Pikachu. Like, I don't know what you want. They keep mentioning partner Pikachu. It's been on this tangent for so long because someone else brought up asking if Pikachu was legal in the format. Perfect. Okay, sweet. Solar Beam 1. Tangela broken. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I want you to know we've been on this tangent for Pikachu for like 20 minutes. I don't know how it started, but it's just really funny. That was fun. It's best of 3. So if you want, I mean, you could also just forfeit the other game, but like it is best of 3. So just wanted to let you know. If you were only looking for best of 1, that's still fine though. We can end that. But other games should start in a few seconds if you do want to play it. Beautiful. Okay. Looks like that went through. Let's see. So Cotton really last time. I'm trying to think of my lead. I think I'm just gonna go for a more offensive lead this time around. We'll go with Tangela, and I think I'll go with Hop Up in the back line. I think Hop Up's still decent. It could be a good pivot. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Yeah, realistically, I mean, the Torchic is just such a... Like this is kind of why I'm a huge fan of Torchic. I think it's just a really, really, really good offensive piece here. Cottony and Litten in this time around. Okay, perfectly fine, perfectly fine. Thankfully, this league can't really punish me. So I'm actually just going to go for Sunny Day and Heat Wave. And either way, that Cottony just kind of dies. They're going to protect here. Perfect. Could not have went better. Because Cottony drops, and that was like the scary threat here. They'll get up Tailwind, which is a little annoying, but I can definitely play around that pretty easily. The Litten will be a little terrifying, but I can muscle that as well. I'll probably just have to draw and follow me. Perfect, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go for follow me, and we're gonna go for Heat Wave. If Riolu is gonna click CC, that's fine. It's into my Riolu, and I'm kind of fine just letting that die. And if they're gonna go for Parting Shot, again, that's into my Riolu, so I'm kind of just fine letting that die. They probably won't go for Rain Dance right away, just because, yep, they're gonna... Oh, they're gonna go for Parting Shot. Okay, I thought they'd actually Flare Blitz the Riolu and then try and CC. But that's fine either way. Because their Riolu is gonna take a ton of damage from this. And especially at -1, this should definitely... Oh, no. Dual Miss is crazy. Dual Miss is insane right there. Okay. Well, I could thankfully still, I still go for Rage Powder. Rage Powder and Heat Wave should still deal a good amount of damage, even if they're gonna go for Rain Dance. So I'm not really too concerned here, but that's definitely annoying for sure. Aqua Jet goes off. That is fine. And then they're gonna go for Rain Dance. Yeah, that's okay. I really thought we missed another Heat Wave. What if Empower and Pursuit were added back to the games? That'd be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind that personally. We're just gonna keep clicking this. Because there's not really a move that Arrokuda has that would punish. Do you think Pokemon will make a game with AVs and EVs? I mean, do we not already have... Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Probably not. I mean, AVs were like the old system. It's probably just gone to the wind now. No longer a thing. I mean, maybe they do. I just don't really see it being likely. AVs, they were pre-EVs back in like Gen 2, I think it was. It was the old system where like it was like literally, I think it's up to 15 points you can get, but you can get them in like every stat. It was kind of a cool system. It's just like it's not really needed. They're gonna Fake Out. That's chill. I'm gonna Sleep Powder them. We do land. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, we can Encore and hit Power Ground now. Yeah, it was just the old version of EVs. That's all it was. It's not really anything like relevant to the scene these days. It's literally old version. And then yeah, Torchic cooks. Torchic cooks. Super Cookie Mon. We love to see Torchic pop. I'm glad that the thumbnail was not clickbait yet again. We've had a few of these good games where like just Torchic has been doing stuff. So we will take that. Good game. Really, really fun team. I do like seeing Rain. It is not something we get to see that often. Also like seeing Cottony. Again, not a mon we get to see that often. I will say Cottony's probably like the weakest of the restricteds, but it is still a cool mon nonetheless. I don't think it gets enough rep, despite being pretty weak. I thought we could Terra. Yeah, no, I saw you had Terra Blast Riolu. Unfortunately, Terra's banned. I would probably just, I'd probably look into making that coaching, to be honest. Coaching Rielu's really, really good, and that would be great for like Arrokuda and even the Shelter. Really, like, most of your team actually likes coaching Riolu, so I'd probably just switch out Terra Blast for that. Otherwise, it's a cool team for sure. But that would be my personal suggestion. We're gonna continue with our revised tier list. Going through by generation. Up next would be Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil for sure. I mean, Cyndaquil's a cool Pokemon. Really, the only reason this thing even makes the rank, like, at all, otherwise it'd be like a D tier Pokemon at best. and that's being conduit, would literally just be the fact that it just has the Scarf Eruption, and it's the only fire type. It's just the only eruption user in the format. Actually, there's nothing else that learns the move, so it's objectively really good for that reason. But that's about it. We have, I think, unironically next up is Torchic. Do we have any other? Not really rising anything from B that would be at this point in the list yet. Yeah, okay, so for B plus, for other things, yeah, we're on to Gen 3 already. My god. So we have Torchic up next. We have another fire starter. I'm very partial to Torchic. I actually think the mon is really good and really underexplored. That's why I'm trying to pop it off today. Because Speed Boost is decent on a Heatwave mon. Like, it's a cool fire type that can just kind of maul things with Heatwave. It's a great support for Sun, I think, personally. And Hidden Power, Ground, or Rock plus Heatwave is, like, really all you need. I think Torchic has a lot of room to grow. I saw someone else testing, like, Coaching plus Rock Slide and Flare Blitz. And I think that's also a cool idea, but I just can't get behind physical Torchic when special is just such a free click. And I think it's a lot lower of a drawback, personally, but I can get the logic. I can get the logic for sure. Up next, we have, for other Gen 3 picks, we have a lot of Gen 3 mons. Let's see, trying to work through my head. So we have Anorith, Lilip, and Meditite, and Zigzagoon. Okay, Zigzagoon is kind of a cool one. Let me just drag in all the Gen 3 stuff real quick. And then, where did Meditite go? Meditite's right here. Okay, perfect. Anorith and Lilip. Perfect. So, Zigzagoon, Meditite, Lilip, and Anorith. So what do these mons do, essentially? Zigzagoon's pretty cool. In my opinion, Zigzagoon is a really interesting pick. It's a cool priority E-speed option. It does get belly drum too, so with like redirection, you get really good belly drum with priority, which is nice. But it is also a normal type. It's really weak outside of that belly drum gimmick. Actually, I don't even know if it gets belly drum. I think it might just be a Lunoon thing. Let me double check that real quick. Let me see. Zigzagoon. Belly drum. It does get belly drum. It does get extreme speed. Yeah, okay. I thought that was a Zigzagoon egg move, but I wasn't 100%. Well, not egg move. I thought it was a event move for Zigzagoon, but I wasn't 100% sure. I mean, either way, again, E-speed plus belly drum, like that's a decent gimmick right there, but it is a gimmick at best, and you just throw on like Thief and then filler. Probably like Protect, in all honesty. And that's really about as good as the mon gets. You go with a Gluttony and a Super Berry, and you could get some mileage out of it for sure. But it's just, I don't know. I kind of want to try Zig. I don't think I've seen anyone use Zig. I'm shocked it even made VR because I just don't think anyone's used it. And there's mons that have like been used that didn't make VR that like would definitely be better. Gimme Ghoul would be one, but I know Gimme Ghoul was like picking up right around the time the poll dropped, and it wasn't really a good pick until recent-ish. Oh my god, I was gonna take a drink and I choked. Okay. But yeah, no, I think Zig could be kind of cool. We also have Meditite. Meditite's a decent fake out user, though pure power only goes so far in a format where like 40 attack is your offensive stat. It's just not the best, but it's a cool fighting type option. It's probably one of the best like physical wall breakers if you're just solely going after wall breaking, and it has fake out support too. Lilip's cool. You get like Storm Drain and Storm Drain plus a Giga Drain and Ancient Power. It's a good typing defensively. Great check to any sort of offensive water like Frillish, Squirtle. Well, Squirtle's not offensive, but it's still a good check to that. Mantike especially, because it's a flying type, so you still do hit it for super effective, and you're immune to its water stab, which is typically the stab it runs, if anything. Obviously, it's a great check to things like, we don't really have any other like super noteworthy water types. I personally really run those three for waters. But we do have Basculin to be fair, which is a decent one. And oh, Omanyte. It's a great check to Omanyte. It's a fantastic check to Omanyte. It's probably the reason why Omanyte can't really ever be a B+ Pokemon, is just because the Leap exists. It is just that good of a check. Anorith is cool. I think Anorith actually has a case for A-, but I do want to try it a bit more before I feel really confident to say that with my chest. But it is a cool pick objectively. It's a good fast rock slide user at base like 75 speed. You get stab on it too. You can also take advantage of Rain. It's a great option on Rain, but you don't necessarily need to run on Rain. I think if someone can find a comp that's not specifically Rain, this one could like really pop off on, I'd be inclined to put it in like A- or even A. My biggest concern is the fact that it does feel currently more oriented to Rain, and I don't think Rain is that good anyway. But outside of that, though, I think Anorith is kind of cool. Do we have any Gen 4 mons to go over on the B+ section? Let's see, we have Gen 5, Gen 9, Gen 5, Gen 8, Gen 7, Gen 9, and yeah, okay, we have a couple other Gen 5s too. Okay, so for our Gen 5s, we have 1, 2, 3 Pokemon that I want to go over. Yeah, 3 Pokemon. I feel confident in 3. Okay. So let me go through Gen 5. So we have Darumaka. We have Pawniard for sure. Pawniard's a cool one. I'm a huge Pawniard fan personally. Now where's Gothita? Where's Gothita? I gotta find Gothita. I'm so sorry, chat. Gothita. I lost Gothita. I know I'm like looking vaguely in the right place, but it might just be like literally out of a corner of my vision. Gothita, here we go. It was literally in the corner. Corner of my vision might have been understatement of the year, to be honest. But we do have our next picks for the B+ tier. Darumaka, essentially, you're using Darumaka mostly as like a cool sheer force pick. Oh, someone's looking for testing. Beautiful. I'll challenge in 5. Let me know your SD again. Would love to play. Okay, perfect. Okay, sweet. So we do have Darumaka. I'll finish up Gen 5 before I take the next set of best of 3. Darumaka is pretty cool though. Again, it's an inner focus option. It's the best thing, so you just don't worry about flinching, which is cool. Especially on a mon that has like decent coverage. Like this thing gets rock, fire. I think it gets like wild charge even. Let me actually double check that. Let me double check. I gotta set the synaptics first. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, so for context, you get Flare Blitz and Flame Charge. You get Power Punch, Rock Slide, U-Turn, Zen Headbutt. Superpower is cool. Hammer Arm's okay, but just don't use Hammer Arm. You get Brick Break, which could be cool. You get some decent support too, like Encore, Will-O-Wisp, Taunt. But I probably wouldn't use those. It's a cool Belly Drum pick too, actually. I think there's merit for Belly Drum on this, with like a Salt-like Berry or something. Especially if you're to go like Sub Drum. Or even like Flame Charge as your spammable Fire Stab. That could definitely be good, actually. Darumaka is cool, though. Pawniard's good. Offensive Dark. I stand Pawniard. I think it still has a lot of merit. It's a great check to things like Spritzy, Frillish. There's a lot of mons in that upper tier. I think it just is a nice neutral matchup into. There's a lot of fighting types, though. It's a big reason Pawniard's not like an A+ tier Pokemon. I think if it wasn't for the fact that a lot of the best Pokemon are fighting types, Pawniard would unironically be like an A+ pick. Which I know it's like, oh yeah, you know, if like 6 Pokemon didn't exist. Because realistically, unfortunately, like Riolu's still commonly runs fighting stab. Mienfoo is a really good offensive fighting type. I know I shit on it a lot earlier, but it is a good one. We have Galar Farfetch'd, we have Meditite, we have a bunch of fighting types that are coming up very soon. We have the Sneasel Hisui. We have a lot of picks that just test me that. Even like Gligar has a really good matchup into this. So yeah, it unfortunately can't be above B+, but it is a good pick nonetheless. I still stand this one. Gothita is cool. This is mostly a trapping pick, but like it's a cool trap. I think it's a good pick personally as like a nice psychic type of Trick Room. I would say it is the second best Trick Rooms that are in the tier. Second only to Spritzy, but Spritzy is such a good user that like I think everything outclasses Spritzy with Trick Room. It even outclasses the restricted picks right now, I would argue. But what do I know? We do have our next game. Let me actually just make sure really quickly we didn't miss anything. Gen 1 through 5. I just need to double check through my teams, to be honest. What other picks have I tried that like were unranked? Larvitar's not in this tier. Munchlax has a rank, I'm sure. Does Munchlax have a rank? I can't imagine. Oh, Munchlax also is actually gonna go up to B+. I forgot to move Munchlax up earlier. But Munchlax is definitely a B+ pick. I think this is a really sick like belly jump threat. And personally, I would go as far as to say this is better than Zigzagoon. People will go to Zigzagoon because it is E-Speed. However, I think at the same time though, that this Pokemon mostly gets up here because it's actually bulky enough to survive a turn. And you get things like Rock Slide, you have an actual offensive stat to go off of. I think Munchlax cooks personally. I think this is a really decent win con. I think this is probably Trick Room's best win con because it is the slowest mon in the format at base 5 speed. So technically speaking, it is Trick Room's best win con. If we're talking just objectively speaking. And there's some good sustain. I actually saw someone testing with like Poltergeist, which we'll be going over soon when we get to our B tier. And I think Poltergeist Munchlax is a good core. I think there were some other issues with that team, to be fair, but I think it was like an objectively really good idea, and I am definitely inclined to see where that goes. Yeah, there's no other lower ranked or unranked Pokemon that I want to really add to that tier. But objectively speaking, though, I do think that at minimum we need to see the Munchlax raise. We're gonna take on our next challenge, though. We're taking on Emily in the Discord. Reminder, if anyone is looking for matches, we have the pinned Discord in the pinned comment for the top chat, as well as in the description below. It is the VGC LC Discord under the VGC LC Resources. we'll be taking battles for the rest of the stream while we do our revised tier list. And then when we finish the revised viability rankings, we'll switch. Oh, well, we'll probably just end off at that point because I have a bunch of shorts I need to record. Ooh, Giraffe Rig. We do not fight enough Giraffe Rig. And Cacnea. Cacnea's sick. Becca, if you're here lurking, one, I love you. But two, Cacnea, Becca. I love Cacnea. I know Becca also loves Cacnea. She's been trying to make that one work. She wanted Sandville to make it work. I agree. Unfortunately, it's banned. I just barely missed out on the 2/3 majority. But, good luck, have fun. Okay. Security Fly is pretty cool. There is Throat Spray. Ooh, Throat Spray Giraffe is actually really cool. I'm kind of shocked we haven't seen that yet. At least I haven't seen it on stream yet. I'm sure that Emily's played this scene before. I know Emily's been doing a good amount of games. But Twin Beam is really cool, actually. It's a great sash break, especially for, like, I know there's some sort of fighting tip running sash. I'm forgetting what it is. But there's a decent amount of sash in this tier. It's not the most common, but it's a common enough item. And a lot of those Pokemon are weak to Twin Beam. So that's a really good option on Throat Spray. Helping Hand pulling me. The attack. Okay, yeah, not bad. Riolu. Sash Cutie Fly is cool. Quiver Dance is insane, but I do fuck with it. I think it's gonna probably, like a Mono Fairy, you can get away with Mono Fairy in this tier pretty easily. Flame Charge. I think I've actually maybe fought the team just without Cacnea. Definitely a cool team nonetheless, though. I do fuck with it. The Mantech might be a little bit of a problem because a lot of my team relies on spread, and unlike Nose Pass, I don't have great lines into that mon. So we might actually need to bank off of like Facade Larvitar as our pick, which, for better or worse, is technically an option. I'm gonna go with Riolu and Torchic. No, Riolu Hoppip, and I think I'm gonna go with like Torchic and Larvitar in the back line is my play. I think I benched Tangela game 1 because there's some decent lines into that, like Ponytail, which I will boost further. Also, Cutie Fly will just deal decent damage despite not having a bug stab. It will just deal decent damage. Mantike will deal decent damage. Giraffe will probably also deal decent damage, to be completely honest. I don't think that Tangela has a matchup here. I think Tangela will probably get benched both games, to be honest, but we'll have to see. Giraffe Rig Mantike. Okay, yeah, they do lead the Mantike. That's perfectly fine. I'll probably need to like Encore Lock that into Tailwind or something. For now, though, they don't have weather, thankfully, on anything, so I'm just gonna go for Sunny Day, and I'm gonna go for Tailwind. And I'm gonna try and Encore Lock this as soon as possible. The Throat Spray Giraffe could be kind of a problem because it's just gonna pop Hyper Voice right now, immediately deal serious damage, and then Twin Beam my team, and that will be kind of scary. They're gonna go for Tailwind to their own. That's fine. I am gonna Encore Lock them into that, and then I'm just gonna Drain Punch into Giraffe. They literally would need to click Wide Guard like right now, which if they do, then that's really a problem. But I'm gonna kind of have to manage. Thankfully, they do not. That is fine. Really will not avoid dying to Hyper Voice, but it's at minimum getting off something. And Mantech is now locked into a move that will be pretty useless. Thankfully, right now, what I could do, I can just go for Heat Wave and Rock Slide, and that should deal some good damage. They can't really do anything with Mantech until they swap. And by that point, I could probably just go for a Rock Slide because, well, not a Rock Slide, probably just for like a Facade, and then just protect Torchic or something. But I can claim like some 2 kills right here. 2 kills right here, perfect, okay. Ooh, Twin Beam, that did, my god, oh my goodness. Man, oh, I lost. I get so fucked. Oh my god, yeah, I actually can't beat Mantech anymore. Yeah, good game, good game, good game. I'll go for Hidden Power Ground just in case, but they're gonna definitely go for like a water move here. I can't really touch Mantike though. Thankfully Mantike has to avoid clicking Heat Wave, but it can stall me out. Like Mantike can very viably actually stall me out of Heat Wave. Depending on that 4th mon, I might just not be able to win anyway. Oh, they read. Yeah, no, that's way too much. That is way too much. Yeah, good game. Good round for sure. This team might actually be like a really hard counter to mine. Specifically Mantike in particular. I need to figure out my line as that mon very quickly. Yeah, I don't think it's like a hard counter team in all honesty. I know I jumped to that word pretty easily, but I don't think it's a hard counter team. It's just a really annoying matchup. At minimum though, I think I'm just gonna go for Larvitar and taking Larvitar Riolu into Torchic probably into Tangela. I need a more offensive line. But I need Larvitar to pop like as quickly as possible. So I will probably just go for the I'll probably just go for like Rock Slide plus plus Follow Me, just to avoid Mantic scalding me to death. Oh, perfect. Oh, they led with like my best option. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, high horsepower is still very terrifying, but other than that though, I'm kind of set. I'll go for Rock Slide here, and I'm gonna go for Follow Me. Actually, no. I'm gonna go for Rock Slide. I don't think Ponyta kills. And I'm gonna go for Sunny Day. I do need the Sun Up very badly, or I don't think I could win in an endgame with Tangela, just because it won't outpace a lot of stuff. So I do kind of need that. I need that very badly. And I'll just need to hope that I can get off like some really good damage this turn. On the bright side, after I get up the Sunny Day, I could probably just go for like Tangela and just get off a really good hit into Giraffe while or even into Ponyta, to be honest, if I don't kill for some reason. Beautiful Flame Charge. Okay, thank God it was Flame Charge. Flame Charge and Hyper Voice. Okay, thank God. I thought they might Twin Beam, and I'm really glad they did not, because that could have been very bad. Okay. We'll go for Protect, and I'm gonna go for Drain Punch here into the Ponyta, just in case. Like, there's no harm in trying to go for the kill. I don't think they'll let me go for it, but just in case. I think they're gonna definitely just go for like a Protect and like a Hyper Voice. In all honesty, I feel like that's their best play. If they try and go for the kill into the Larvitar, though, that's valid. I'll just definitely take it. Beautiful. Okay, really. That's fine. Wasn't really letting Giraffe kill my Larvitar, though. I'm not a fan of that. Perfect. Okay. Ooh, wait a second. Did I outpace last time? I did not. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, that one might just screw me over. Fuck. Well, I'm gonna Solar Beam and I'm gonna hope I can take the hit. I kind of need to just hope I can take the... I do not take the hit. I mean, it's Sun Boosted Flare, but I'm obviously not taking that hit. And then, yeah, this one cooks. Mantic's gonna come in and it just wins the game. Very unfortunate, but, like, just good team nonetheless. Like, can I... Oh, wait, the Cacnea. Oh, hold on, I might have a chance. If they double harden a Mantic, though, I lose. Like, I objectively lose. Yeah, Mantic comes in. Okay, yeah, I lose. Because I need the speed boost to do anything. But they just hard wall. Just in case, I'll buy it. I'll go for Heat Wave, but like they have no reason not to. I mean, even I could never win that game anyway. That was objectively just a really good matchup that they had. Not that there weren't lines, but just wasn't. There's only so much I could do. Good game nonetheless, though. I do fuck with that. That was a really cool team. Again, I was literally just talking about earlier how we don't see a lot of Mantic, and that's why I think Torchic is really good right now. But Mantic does kind of invalidate like any special Torchic. Borderline, it just invalidates Torchic as a whole. It's probably like the best counter. That and Nose Pass are both good options, but other than that, yeah, Mantic is still a good pick. That's why I'm not able to put Torchic in good faith in the A-. Hi, ma'am, but still, regardless, hello, welcome to the stream. But yeah, no, that's why I can't put Torchic in A-. I think Torchic has a lot of good win potential. Emily from Discord, GG. Yeah, GG. Very good game. Mantic is super sick. I was literally talking about earlier when, I'll switch back to that tab real quick. But, I was redoing the VRs that we just did in the Discord. And I was redoing them. And I was mentioning how, like, Mantic, it's probably, like, still the weakest among this tier. But it's one of those things where, like, when Mantic pops off, like Mantic can 1v4 certain teams. Objectively, like, really good pick. It's just a matter of, I think, in comparison, that a lot of the format has adapted away from spread unless your name is Rock Slide or Heat Wave, and one of those moves just kind of screws over Mantic anyway. But and also like the Rock Slide picks typically do have good ways to handle it anyway. Hi Mama, I don't know how I feel about that one, I'm gonna be honest, but it's better. But yeah, Mantic though, like when it pops, it pops. I need to find a good Mantic check for that team. In general, like Mantic Giraffe was like a really good utilization. I love the team, big fan. Wish Cacnea could have done more, but my team has such a good line into it. Unfortunately, Cacnea will have to wait yet again for usage. Becca will be crying herself to sleep tonight over that. But yeah, no, Torchic is good though. I still vibe with Torchic nonetheless. Mantic is just like probably the best counter in the game for it. So I personally think Taillow is slightly better, but I can get the argument for sure. I think Mantic is the best support-oriented Tailwind setter that's not restricted. I would say it's still also just a better Tailwind setter than Fletchling. That's why I actually lowered it to flat A-. But I think Taillow is slightly better. I think it's more just the fact that it's really hard to find good checks to Taillow offensively. And I think Mantech can fall a little bit in the passive end, but I think like these two are really even. They're just weaker than these four is all. But I can get the argument. I can definitely get the argument. I'm just a little bit more of a fan of Taillout. Though I think it's just more how I play. I play a lot more of like the aggressive teams. I don't play as much of the like the bulkier teams like what you just ran. I think Mantech is the best support-oriented Tailwind Pokemon, just flat out. I think it's better than like Cottony as a support-oriented Tailwind pick. Even just in general, I think it's better than Cottony. I think even if Cottony was to see non-restricted status, it would probably fall in this tier below Mantech, just because Mantech's support is so obnoxiously good. But what do I know? Let's see. So we still have a bit of the B+ to go through. We have like one more raise to B+ actually, but it's in our Gen 7 section, which... Oh, we're actually at Gen 7 now. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so we have 2 Gen 7 Pokemon that I would like to put in B+ for this revised VR. First one's gonna be Mudbray. And then the second one, I'm actually gonna rise Poipole up here. I think Poipole at the time was appropriately placed. I just think the format now having like Spritzy being such a dominant pick and like borderline redefining Trick Room, the fact that people have finally picked up on Spritzy, and like really started running with Spritzy. I know I've been a big perpetrator for that, but even still, I know a lot of other people have been using it. Poipole's a really good check to it. I've seen Spritzy running Psychic. I don't know if that's because of Poipole or just the fact that they've just like Psychic on the team over Encore. I still like Encore a bit more on Spritz for the record, but I think it's Psychic is a good option. It does help with this Poipole matchup. Unfortunately though, Poipole can take the hit, and you could have a really strong Sludge Bomb, and you can kind of just kill. Mudbray's decent. I know a lot of people have ran like own tempo to get around Fake Out. Salmon is also good with Beat Up if you want to run it on like a Cottony team, though I think objectively just not being flinched and just going for like Rock Slide. Sorry, my face is really itchy for some reason, I'm not sure why. But just going for like the Rock Slide and like high horsepower sets, or even like just, I don't know. Mudbray has a lot going for it though. This thing is objectively probably the best ground type in the format, I would argue. There's really not a better one, unfortunately. I do think a Poipole though is on the rise. I think Poipole is finally above its B- status, where like there wasn't really a reason to use the poison typing before, and now that Spritzy is so good, this is probably the best check you get to it. Technically speaking, I think that Pawniard is probably like a better mon conceptually, and it's a better specifically Spritzy check. But Spritzy do commonly lead with a lot of good biting types like Scraggy, Hisui Sneasel, Mienfoo, etc. So with that in mind, Pawniard has a lot harder of a time getting set up, which is why I think that Poipole is better suited to checking it, just by having a worse matchup into Spritzy specifically. But still, I think it's honestly in its best format that it's been. We have a couple more picks. We have 2 Gen 9 Pokemon that I want to go over real quick. Being Glimmet and Tinkatink. Both these picks are kind of decent. Albeit, I think they're probably 2 of the worst picks in this. Well, okay, Glimmet's actually really good. I think Tinkatink is probably like the worst mon on the tier though, for the B+. Both have some decent merit for sure. As far as Glimmet goes, Glimmet is a pretty good option with Meteor Beam. It's probably the best Meteor Beam pick in the tier outside of Aurorus, which Aurorus is really good. I like Aurorus with Meteor Beam. I think it's a really good set with like Blizzard, Meteor Beam, Freeze Try, and Protect, and it's a great way to just get set up if you want to run the Snow set. But Tinkatink is still a decent pick though, nonetheless. Glimmet's a decent pick nonetheless. Poison's a really good typing, and especially it's a great matchup into a lot of the fighting types. It's neutral versus Aurorus, Amora being 4 times weak to fighting, which is a big deal. It's overall just still a really good offensive pick. It's just a little bit more telegraphed, in my opinion. I think if I see a Glimmet, I know exactly how I'm playing around it every time. I feel like every team just happens to beat that mon very quickly, but it does offer a lot. I mean, 105 special attack is really fucking good. It's harder than most restricteds will hit, so that's like a decent merit for it. And then Tinkatink is own tempo, or I know it's one of the, I think it's own tempo. It's one of the Intimidate immune abilities though, and like Fake Out immune abilities plus Fake Out, which is really good. So in tandem with that, I mean, Seal Fairy is really good typing. It just Tinkatink has terrible stats, so not getting a ton out of that. But like Fake Out and its dual stab, like it's probably unironically like the best defensive seal in the format, which says a lot. It really does say a lot, unfortunately. But the typing is so good. I mean, we don't really have great Pokemon of either typing. So its top 3 is both Steel and Fairy, which is really sad. My babies aren't an A. Which babies? Which babies? Are you looking for Oh, you mean the Vulpixes. Weather's just not that great, Becca. I think Weather is better on the Prankster Pokemon in every sense. If it wasn't for that, though, like, they are conceptually good picks. I just think the Sun is better ran on Riolu, Murkrow, even Cottony, I would argue, is a slightly better Sunsetter. They're not bad picks, though. I just think that, like, I think you could maybe make a case for Vulpix, but again, like even on the Sun team we're running today, I'm just not running Vulpix, which I know you fought that team. Yeah, so we're out of the B pluses though. For B, let me look through the B tier. Is there anything I want to change in this tier besides the fact that we've already risen pawn? Oh, actually, I have a big drop I want to make. Otherwise though, nothing else will really rise into this tier actually. So we just start running through. Running through, starting off with our Gen 1 picks, we have like 4 Gen 1 Pokemon? 5 Gen 1 Pokemon. Well, no, yeah, 4, because we're dropping 1. So we have Base Growlithe is the first one. Should be the first one. Base Growlithe, yep, okay. We have Cubone, which should be somewhere here. The other Gen 1 picks are Cubone, Ghastly, and Alolan Grimer. We have Ghastly, and we have Cubone. Okay, perfect. So we'll start off with these. Yeah, but how could you look at their face and give them a minus? Like, I don't know how to tell you this, but they're just not good. I'm so sorry. Like, but like, they're just not good. They're terrible mons. Their gimmick is just so good. But, and actually, you know what? Actually, no. I am gonna put Vulpix regular in the A tier. I do think that Amora is objectively a better snow setter. Well, actually, I was gonna say something, but I remembered someone pointed out the other day in stream that there hasn't been a close sheet game in 2 weeks. If close sheet was more popular, I could see Amora being the objectively better option. With that in mind, though, that no one has really played close sheet in like a couple weeks, willing to put this up here. They can both get it. However, I do think they're still at the bottom of the tier, because this is the last tier that it's sorted by viability. I think they're still the worst options in this tier. But the fact that we're not getting close sheet means that Alolan Vulpix is a little bit more of a niche, because in open sheet, it does keep up as a snow setter. I still think that Veil is not the best, so therefore Amora is the better option, because it has an actual viable secondary stab, which helps a lot. And the typing of Rock Eyes is so fucking good offensively. Alolan Vulpix is a decent support-oriented snow setter, though. And regular Vulpix is a cool choice scarf option, as well as I've seen Sash on a sampler too, which is kind of cool. There's a close sheet game. Really, I haven't remembered the last time we've seen close sheet. I think it's a cool option in close sheet for sure, but like I think Amora is just objectively better in like every regard. Yeah, I feel like we can at least put these in A, at like bottom of the tier. I'm willing to do that because we get like maybe one close sheet game a week. But anyway, as far as the Bs go, Growlithe, so these are all in dex order. Again, once we get to like A minus and below is all dex order. So Growlithe, I would say starting off, Growlithe is an okay Intimidate Mon. It's definitely a better Intimidate Mon than Litten. Just because of the fact that it's like actual offensive roles, and you could also run like Justified sets, which are probably the better option to be honest. Unfortunately, missed out on E-Speed. If this thing had E-Speed, I think you could make a case for B+, because it would be like necessary priority for this Mon in a tier that doesn't have a lot of good priority. But it is cool. It's objectively cool. I think Growlithe is okay. Again, it's more close sheet oriented though. Grimer is cool. Poison Dark is a really good typing. This could make like a decent spritz check, especially with its really low speed. Same as Ghastly, though for its very fast speed. Ghastly would actually be a failure resist though in tandem with being weak to Psychic, which is the trade-off you get there. Alolan Grimer has an immunity to Psychic though, which is cool among the poison typing. It's a really good niche that fills, but it is neutral to Fairy. So, you know, give and take there. I think there's genuine merit for both. There's like, they're truly night and day Pokemon, but because like, this is a physical, slow-oriented, immune to Psychic poison type. This is the actual Fairy resist that's fast and special-oriented. Very different team comps to fit onto. This is cool for like balances or trick rooms. Kind of want to build an Alolan Grimer trick room team, in fact. I think it could do a lot of work. Ghastly's really cool on Tailwind, though. I think this is super good for Tailwind. It's just, again, we haven't seen a lot of it. But it hits harder than Mischievous, which is cool. I think if Terra was allowed, this would be like a flat A, maybe an A+ Pokemon. Because this could definitely take care of Terra, for sure. With like Terra Fairy, this would just be Fluttermane. Fluttermane, but for LC. Keybone's cool, though. I've seen this thing on Tailwind. It's definitely better oriented for Trick Room, though. Base 40 is kind of a bless speed tier. Actually, sorry. I think it's base 40. Let me actually double check that. Because I do forget where this thing falls. Cubone, base 35. I mean, that's still like a really woeful Trick Room speed tier. Like anything that's not like below Spritz is really woeful, to be honest, right now. But Cubone's still kind of cool. I just think that like Trapinch is a better offensive ground type for this format, personally. As far as Trick Room goes. which that will be a mon that's gonna be rising to B as well, actually, because Trapinch is really cool. But I'll tell you, I guild shift you into raising my favorite mana to a better tier. I mean, it's more just the fact that, like, if this was more popular in Close Sheet, I think those would definitely be A- Pokemon, but it's a lot more popular, like a landslide in Open Sheet. And Vulpix does have a few samples that it's, like, actually decent on, to be fair. Yeah, no, Cubone's good. Thick Club is, like, the big thing that gets this thing ranked at all, though. But it is really good at sash breaking as well into a lot of different Pokemon. Like, it's decent. Really, like, any fire type sash user, like Magby, great check to Magby. Overall, though, I mean, it's still, like, a flat B. Looking at B tier, do we have any Gen 2 Pokemon? We have one Gen 2 Pokemon. Yep, let me rank the Apom time. Apom's kind of cool. The only thing that really gets this thing ranked, though, at all, is the fact that this thing gets Tail Slap, and it has Skill Link, and it's really good at that. And it's not restricted. If this thing was restricted, it would never be in the B tier. Never, ever, ever. But it's not restricted, and it's kind of weak, to be honest. Actually, we have one other Gen 2 Pokemon. Dunsparce. Dunsparce is cool as well. Dunsparce is just a silly little Coilmon. Glare support is really nice, but it's kind of hard to justify both of these. This has at least the ability to outpace a lot of fighting types, but it also is just like mono tail slap, or it kind of rots. This is really good at setting up for like a nice Glare win con. It has like Serene Grace Oxide, could be cool in Trick Room. There's so many fucking fighting types that it does not outpace without good proper speed control. It does have Glare though, like Glare on Tailwind could be cool as well, or Oxide Flinch, but again, just a lot going against it, unfortunately, but it's conceptually really cool. Moving on to the Gen 3 Pokemon, we have Uno, Dos. We have two picks in this tier. Actually, before we can... No, never mind. That's we have one other Pokemon I actually want to put up here real quick. Natu. I think I was actually wrong on Natu. I think this mon is actually kind of decent. Someone pointed out the other day that Natu can kind of do the spritzy job, which is actually like a really big deal. Like this thing can bounce away taunt, encore, etc. You just throw Covert Cloak and you're made to fake out. And like seeing how good Spritzy is, I actually am a little bit more inclined to raise Natu because it does the same job just with the worst typing. And it also can function on that way for Tailwind, which is cool. My biggest issue though is that Natu just has such a bad typing. It's just such a good support kit. And Nightshade is also just a really good blanket option for damage, which is great because Natu isn't the most offensive Pokemon. So like I do vibe with it though. I vibe with Natu. We have a couple picks though coming up. We have, it should be 3 Pokemon, right? It is 1, 2, 3 Pokemon. Yeah, okay, sweet. Yeah, sorry, I just had to recount one more time because I keep forgetting picks. But yeah, we have 3 Pokemon coming up. Okay, so in the Gen 3 category, we have Corphish, we have Wingull, and we have Trapinch, all going up. So starting off with Corphish, actually starting off with Wingull, I should say. Wingull, then Corphish, then Trapinch. Wingull's cool. Base 85 speed is like one of the fastest, my Tailwind Mon yet. Natu's a really good Tailwind Mon, I think. It's the best Tailwind Mon for sure. Wingull is a really good pick though. At 85 speed is unironically one of the fastest Pokemon in the format. Also, I just realized my tier ranker window is off. Let me adjust that real quick. Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, so Wingull is unironically like one of the fastest Pokemon in the format though. 85 speed with water flying typing is really good. Unfortunately, it doesn't get Drizzle. Otherwise, this thing honestly would be a restricted Pokemon because Wingull is just that good otherwise. It gets a lot of the same things a Pelipper does. You still get like knockoff, you still get like U-turn. It's a good offensive mon. Like unironically, this thing kind of cooks. And I think if you pair it with like Rain Dance or Riolu, this thing could do like real damage. Corphish is cool. It's just like a nice priority mono water type. This thing was Water Dark. Again, it would be a much higher placement because like Stab knockoff would be great. But Aqua Jet is still a really good stab on this thing. It's one of the better offensive priority mons for sure. Trapinch is decent. Trapping as a ground type is really good. I think it keeps up with Cubone, especially being a base 10 speed Pokemon. It's like actually good suited for Trick Room. But it's not the best. I mean, it does have a lot of issues with like just keeping up with things in general. But it is cool. I think Trapinch is cool for sure. We're in a Gen 4. Do we have any Gen 4? I don't think we have any Gen 4 or Gen 5 mons. I think we're up to Gen... Actually, we have a couple Gen 5. Yep, we have 2 Gen 5. Okay, sweet. Vullaby and Zora. Actually, no, I'm not. Zora's just flat out getting unranked, I'm gonna be honest. Zora is so bad. I don't know why that mon made PR. But Vullaby though. Vullaby is cool. It's a nice bulky Tailwind setter. It's probably one of the better manual options. Being a dark type that's like neutral to fighting is really good. It gets some good support like Snarl and Knockoff. It just, unfortunately, Volibee is a flying type that is not resistant to fighting, which is kind of a big deal. And also, with stuff like Spritz being good, it's objectively going to be worse. Still a cool pick, though. Its support is very hard to find in a lot of Pokemon, and it's probably like one of the only options that gets like Snarl, Tailwind, and Roost. And then like Knockoff as well. Like that's such a hard kit to come by, and it's a really good kit at that. And Volibee still is really bulky for this format. It just, I don't think we've seen enough to explore with Volibee that would really say I would justify its placement being higher. Yeah, let's see. What other Pokemon do I actually want to rank in this tier? So let's see. So ranked you're going down. You're going to be in here. You're going down. You're going very down. There were no other picks I wanted to raise, right? Yeah, there's no other picks I want to raise. I'm confident in saying that. Okay, sweet, yeah. So we have 2 more Pokemon, I think. 2 more Pokemon? No, we actually just have 1 more Pokemon. Okay, sweet, yeah. 1 more Pokemon. I did mention this pick was actually going to be making the list already. But Poltergeist. Poltergeist is really cool. I actually do vibe with this. This is a pick I was initially ready to dismiss, but I do think this actually has merit as Munchlax's partner, and I think it's a very good Trick Room setup for Munchlax. I wouldn't really run it with much else, but like Rage Powder plus a Ghost typing is really fucking good right now, because a lot of the best Pokemon are fighting types that just don't touch this. Things like Hisui Sneasel, or actually Hisui Sneasel can hit it for neutral at least, but like Riolu, Mienfoo doesn't really hit it outside of Knockoff, Cubfu struggles with it, Gallup Fresh murders this, to be fair, and that's a good niche that thing has. But like a lot of fighting types do struggle with this thing, and it gets recovery for Munchlax. It's like a really perfect synergy that they do provide each other, and it's a Trick Room setter too. It's kind of like a nice version of, it's a lot worse stats than Mischievous and Galar Corsola, but Galar Corsola has no redirection or Trick Room, and Mischievous has Trick Room, but just worse stats, and Poltergeist just has the worst stats of the 3, but you do get Rage Powder in Trick Room, which is really fucking good, because again, no one's running Goggles right now. So until we get like Goggles fighting types popping up the tier, this is a really decent option. It's borderline B+, but it's a good option nonetheless. Nothing else I missed? Nothing else I missed. Okay, perfect, sweet. On to B-. We have, for Gen 1 picks, we have 1, 2, 3 picks. Yeah, we have 4 picks actually. I'm gonna, there's 1 Pokemon I want to raise. So for B-, we have Charmander, we have Abra, we have Slowpoke Galar, and we have, where's the other one? There's another Gen 1 pick. Oh, actually, I forgot. We also have a little Sandshrew that dropped in my, well, it should drop in my opinion. And then we have, where's the other Gen 1 mon? Ammonite, right. Yeah, Ammonite's decent. Ammonite's borderline a B, but there's too much going against it. Starting off with Charmander though. Charmander's cool on Sun. Solar Power is really good. I just think that like Torchic and like even Litten I would say is better fire type, even though I really don't like Litten. I think it's not a good Pokemon. There's a lot of good reasons to use Charmander. Like it's a cool Scarf Solar Power option with like Heat Wave. If this thing got Eruption, it would objectively be like an A+ Pokemon, but it doesn't, so it's just kind of weak. No, it's not like super weak. 65 speed and 60-ish special attack is not terrible, just it's kind of weak compared to like a Torchic with speed boost that can boost its own speed and not be choice locked. Alolan Sandshrew is cool. It's a cool option for for Snow, just no coverage. This thing gets like Knockoff as its best coverage move. That's about it. If this thing got high horsepower or something Tantrum, it would be a B+ Pokemon for sure, but it doesn't, so it's just kind of like Ice Steel and like Knockoff, and that's it. Abra was C+. I actually think it's a B- Pokemon personally. It gets a lot of good coverage, really good special attack at 105, and it gets a really good, well, sorry, it's like 95 special attack and like 105 speed, give or take. Let me actually double check that. Sorry, I'm forgetting specifically what Abra's stats are. So 105 special attack and 90 speed, yeah. But 90 speed still outpaces like most non-restricteds. I think it's literally just the Voltorbs and like Elekid that outpace it, and that's about it. And then Psychic typing with like Magic Guard or even like Inner Focus actually would probably be the better option, so you just avoid Fake Out, and that would really cook in a format like this. Slowpoke Galar, Poison Psychic typing is really good. It's like a Trick Room setter that can kind of bully Spritzy, which is good. And then Ammonite's cool with like Power Herb and Meteor Beam. This is a really good Rain abuser, but I don't think it has a great place outside of Rain, though there are a couple archetypes that do like this Pokemon for sure. It's just not the best outside of Rain, but it can perform. It definitely can perform. Other B minus picks we have for Gen 2, we have Uno. We have one pick in Gen 2, which is going to be Houndour. Houndour is cool. Dark Fire typing. That's a cool Heatwave mon. Flash Fire is a good option for like Sun Mirrors. And Early Bird's also cool if Spore picks up again. It's not the most common right now, but if it did pick up, like that is a good option for it to just wake up earlier. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say. This thing is basically just the format's Chiyu, but like if Chiyu wasn't the most needed Pokemon of this year. Gen 3, we have... How much do we have for Gen 3? I don't think we have much for Gen 3. I know we have a couple picks, though. We have one pick for Gen 3, which is Whalmer. I'm actually going to also raise Nosepass. I think Nosepass also could get a spot. Just because Nosepass is a decent Wide Guard mon. Whalmer also has, like, a nice Scarf Spout niche. There's not really much else to say. I mean, Nosepass is, like, a better defensive... it's better offensive typing than Mantike. Rock Slide is still decent on it. It's a cool trick and slow threat. It gets things like Body Press. It gets a lot of cool utility. And having Sturdy is nice for that. It gets built-in Sturdy. Without needing like a Focus Sash. And then Whalmer, again, cool Choice Scarf and Mystic Water option for Water Spout. Just pure typing of water isn't the best compared to Frillish, which has a Fake Out immunity built into its typing. But they're still cool picks. Gen 4, we have a couple things. We have Mime Jr. We have Shellos. Both of those are good mons objectively. Did Finneon make VR? I'm also gonna put Finneon up here, actually. I do think Finneon's gonna clutch, and I'm shocked it didn't make VR last time. Where's Mime Jr.? There we go. Okay, perfect, yeah. Okay. So yeah, so Mime Jr., it's unironically probably the best, like, offensive Psychic type, I would say, in the tier. We don't really have a lot of good offensive Psychic type in this tier, at least for special attackers. Natsu's more support-oriented. So Mime Jr. is decent. Like, if you've never used Mime Jr., if you look at its stats, Mime Jr. has a lot going for it. For one, it has Technician, which is cool. It gets some decent moves for that, such as like Fake Out. I think it's Icy Wind 2 is a decent ability, well, a decent move it gets. If we sort by power, you get some good options though. Hidden Powers are back. Icy Wind is there. You have Shockwave, which is okay. I mean, it's base 90 on that, to be fair, and it never misses, which is cool. Fake Out's still cool for Technician. And you get some decent support with like Encore, Healing Wish. You get some decent high power options too. Things like Gleam, which off of Fairy Stab is really good. Psychic is decent. You get Future Sight too, which can kind of cook, but not really. This thing gets a lot though. And you also get things like Filter, which is okay until you realize that Mime Jr. is like no bulk. I think the scary thing is like the fact this is an offensive ally switch user, which is good. And it has like offensive with like Helping Hand. Could be decent like Gravity with Hypnosis. It has some decent stuff. I think Mime Jr. actually kind of cooks. Shellos is cool for Storm Drain. I just think it's worse than like Cradily is all, just because pure water is not the best. And then Finneon also gets Storm Drain, and I think this is a decent offensive Tailwind option with Storm Drain, and it gets some cool support moves. It's just that the coverage is a lot worse on Finneon. Like if we pull up the coverage on Finneon, it's like Water, Ice, Bug, whereas oh right, thank you Becca. Actually, this thing gets some decent coverage. It also gets like Alluring Voice, but Shellos, meanwhile, has like Water Ground because Earth Power is such a good partnership with that. It's really hard to deny. So Shellos is definitely like the better defensive option for a water immunity. But Finneon having like a really good unique support kit with things like, again, Encore. Well, no, it doesn't get Encore. It still gets like Soak, Tailwind, Helping Hand. Like those are just some decent options for sure. So Finneon definitely also gets the B minus tier. What other picks are in B minus? Let's see. Oh, right, I also have Bidoof. Bidoof is cool. Bidoof is just quick attack version of quick attack SD is pretty cool, but that's about it. There's really not much to say there. If it was water normal, it'd be higher, but it isn't, so it's unfortunate. Gen 5, we have 1, 2. Do we have any others? 1, 2, 3 Pokemon. Okay, sweet, yeah. We have Snivy, Drillbur, and Galadarmaka. All three are respectable options, I would say. Galadarmaka and then Drillbur. Starting off with Snivy, I mean, Glare, again, I mentioned Glare for Dunsparce, but it is a decent option for it, and Leash from Contrary is really good. You get Hidden Power Backs, this thing has like a real coverage set of moves. Meanwhile, we have also just decent bulk, you get knockoff support, like it has a lot going for Snivy. Even has self-sustain with Giga Drain, which is cool. Snivy's probably like the best mon in this tier, or at least one of them, as like an independent piece. Dribble is cool on Sand, it kind of keeps Sand alive because Sandville unfortunately not past the Resuspect in. which is very sad. Rip Cacnea could have been like a flat B, to be honest. Darumaka is cool. It's just ice type version of Darumaka. You know, you get some decent abilities with that. Things like Inner Focus is cool, Hustle is cool, but like it's good coverage as well. That's about it. Gen 6. We have Pumpkaboo. We have Pumpkaboo for sure. What other Gen 6 monster do we have? Might just be Pumpkaboo. It is... No, Pumpkaboo... Oh, wait. I forgot Wombat. Wombat's actually cool, too. Wombat's a cool, like, just, you know, simple mon. This thing can kind of snowball out of control on certain teams. I would go as far as to say it's actually a better simple mon than Bidoof, but Bidoof having priority is a big thing. But Storage Power plus Heat Wave is, like, really decent on, like, Calm Mind seed sets. You definitely would run it with, like, a Grassy Seed, and it could kind of do some decent work there, I would say. But that's about it. We have Tyrant, and we have Pumpkaboo up next. And that's it for Gen 8. Okay, sweet. Oh, well, for Gen 6. So Pumpkaboo, and it is specifically Pumpkaboo Super is the form that is ranked up here. But, like, there's no real indication. It is specifically here for Super form, though. And then Tyrant is also up here. These are both cool options, I would say. Tyrant essentially has, like, some really good stabs with, like, Dragon and Rock. Like, that's a really good typing. And unironically, I think it's the best Dragon type on the VR, which is a lot about Little Cup Dragons. The fact that the best one is in B-. But Tyrant is cool. I mean, Sturdy is decent with, like, just setup potential. 89 offense is really good as far as physical attacks go. You get some really good coverage with things like Earthquake. You get Play Rough. You get Psychic Fangs, Crunch. You get Iron Head, you get the Elemental Fangs, you get a lot. You get a lot of coverage in this mon. Even like Bulldoze is really good. And then Phantom is cool with Trick Room. It's essentially like Trick Room, Will-O-Wisp, Ally Switch, and you get like Giga Drain, Poltergeist, etc. Like you get a lot of support there. Shadow Sneak for priority too. Good defensive typing at Grass Ghost. That's got really good typing. Gen 7, we're gonna have one. How many more Pokemon do we have that are not here? Right, you. Not you, but you're Gen 8. You. It's literally just 1, 2 picks. Okay, and then I'm not moving anything else up here. Nope. Okay, sweet, yeah. Well, actually, no, I am moving up one other Pokemon, but that's a Gen 9 pick. So we have, for the last 3, we're moving you up. We're moving you up. And we're moving you up. I'm also actually going to put you in as well. I think you're kind of okay. I just don't like how I used you. So we have a few picks. We have a few final picks for this B- tier. And after we do B-, I am going to reping, by the way, in case anyone's looking for matches. We have Litten. We have Cubfu. We have Tandemaus. We have Wattrel. As far as these go, there's not really a lot to say. Litten is just a worse Incineroar here because you don't get your Dark typing. You don't get Stab Knockoff. You just get like Fake Out, Parting Shot, Flare Blitz. It's kind of okay, just not really bulky, which was like the best thing Incineroar had for it was its bulk. Usually this is like the only one that actually viably runs Safety Goggles. But even still, you get options like Citrus, Covert Cloak, Aquav is okay. Confused Paladin, hi, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well today. Yeah, Litten's just not that great. Intimidate's okay, but like when a lot of the best Pokemon like Mianfu, Sneasels, all have immunity to Intimidate, it's kind of hard to justify its presence. Cubfu's cool. It's an Inner Focus fighting type, and it has good coverage and 90 attack, but it's just no Fake Out really does damn it pretty badly. Tandemaus is cool. It's Apom, but you have a better stab. In return, though, that stab also really does screw you over because Population Bomb can miss on every individual hit, whereas Tail Slap is all or nothing, so at least if you hit the move, you're kind of fine. The Tandemaus is cool. It's literally just like Dark Normal is what you'd run, like Crunch, Population Bomb, Encore Protect, and it does some decent work. No Follow Me kind of hurts. Otherwise, if I like Follow Me and Friend Guard, that could be like a really good, that'd be like an A+ easily. In a format like this, a Fast Follow Me mon would be like really good, but unfortunately it doesn't get that or Friend Guard. Wattrel is cool. Wattrel was a C+ Pokemon. I think it's actually a B-. It's a cool offensive rain option, great at clearing through grasses for rain. It's also just a really good, generally manual Tailwind option. Like Electric Flying is a decent dual stab. Not as good as Water Flying because you don't hit Rock type, but it's still decent. And on rain you get Weather Ball, which is cool. Objectively really cool B- mon though. Let me really quickly reping. I'll do a final call for games. Baby Fighter. Final call. 4/3 OTS. Final call by 3 OTS. Becca. Okay, perfect. I got you, Becca. Becca, I got you. Becca, you always get priority as the editor. You get priority. You would even get priority over members if you wanted, Becca, because you're the GOAT. I am fighting you with the Torchic team again now, because that's what the stream is. I'm fighting you with Torchic. So get cooked. Get cooked, Becca. Get cooked. Get cooked. Get super cooked. You're gonna get fucked so badly. Oh right, I forgot. I gave you Finion. I give you Salandit on this team now. Salandit's kind of rough. I can't lie. Because that mon actually does put pressure on my team. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Torchic's still the cooks. How do I want to play this? This might actually finally be a Squirtle game, like unironically. We'll go Squirtle, Torchic, and then I'll go with like Riolu. Actually, no. Torchic, Squirtle, Larvitar. No. Torchic, Squirtle, Tangela, Riolu. There we go. Finally, I got it right. Only took several tries, but we got it. We got a chat. Becca's probably leading off with like Salandit, Yanma, if I had to guess. Becca does kind of need to lead off with Yanma because like the only way that really gets punished on lead, which is why I don't really want to lead it. Because I would rather just go with like a nice fake out lead and pressure the Yanma into just going for protect. So I can then just hardline into the other Pokemon, unless it's a fake out user, which is whatever. We're gonna see Yanma and Finion. Okay, Finion's fine actually. It's Covert Cloak. Liv hates me is crazy. That's a crazy thing to name that one. Okay. So we're gonna go for protect here, and I'm gonna go for a flip turn into. Oh, right, I can't actually flip turn into that. Oh, that's a problem. I can go for follow me though, so I'm gonna go for follow me and heat wave. I'm just gonna let Becca go for Tailwind here. I don't really mind it. Yep, Becca's gonna go for Tailwind. That's cool. Okay, make it burn. Not terrible damage. That's actually better than I thought it'd be. Thankfully, though, Becca has no sprout on that Yanma, so I'm okay with this. I can literally just keep going for this until I outpace, which won't really happen anytime soon, but it's a dream. You know, it's a dream. If I kill the Yanma, though, I'm kind of set. But thankfully, we do have Follow Me Squirtle, which is like an objectively important part. I realized I never turned off the window. Let me turn that off. Beautiful. Now you guys can see the game. Psychic Noise does go off. It does nothing, thankfully, because Squirtle is broken. The heal block, though, is crazy. Fuck you. Fuck you for that. Because it's going to last way too long. And Yanma avoids? Fuck you. Fuck you. That's crazy. Yeah, no, I just realized, but don't worry. Stream's a bit behind, but I did realize it. Follow Me is gonna go off here. We're gonna go for Bug Buzz. Oh fuck yeah, we did not like that Bug Buzz. Oh, hold on. We take it perfectly. Hold on. That's beautiful. Becca killed my win con, but like we'll take it. Yeah, Heat Wave Mist really screwed us over. Thankfully that Hippo's on the field. And kind of just go for Ancient Power. I'll go for Ancient Power and Follow Me. I want to draw on that Yawn and then like end game this so I can clear through the Sand Setter. Beautiful. Okay, Tailwind. That's fine. Curse. Okay, Curse is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Beautiful. Okay, sweet. We're gonna go for Solar Beam, kill that, and I'm gonna go for Sunny Day. Thankfully, Tangle at endgame is just so fucking powerful. Unfortunately, my opponent can go for Yawn, but I can still be kind of fine there. I just need Drillberg on before it Poison Jabs and gets like a poison or something. We're just gonna Solar Beam and Follow Me, so that way then it can't go for like a Yawn into me. Beautiful, we kill. Okay, sweet. Good game, Becca. Good round. Very good round, actually. Becca, definitely, I will say, Becca, shout out to you. You've been improving a lot. I'm proud to call you my student. I say as I've like taught you nothing besides the fact that like Salandit. I think I gave you like the Salandit set, and like there was like one of the. Oh right, I told you to run Riolu. But like overall, the like your understanding of the format has become a lot better in such a short time. So I'm really proud of you. Okay, so Yanma Finion. Yanma Finion was kind of a woeful lead for us. I can't lie, we were not super well prepared for that. I need Larvitar and Squirtle. That'll be a better lead. And then I go with I'm actually gonna bench Torchic for once, which is kind of insane because I've never done that, but I am gonna bench Torchic. We're going to fake out just for chip in case I can get it. And then I'll just like Follow Me spam. because I think it's my play, is just follow me spam plus rock slide until I murder the team. Because I can't really see another like great out here. Thankfully, my opponent led off with a mon that just kind of gets screwed over like this. And that's like free damage right there. Beautiful. Okay. Follow me and rock slide. Can we actually hit our rock slide this time though? That's the real question. Can we hit our rock slide this time? Because that would be great if I could. That would be amazing. Becca is 100% going to double into Hippopotas with probably the Salazzle here, just to regain fake out pressure. Which isn't the best. Oh, actually, no. Becca's just going to let me go for this. Thankfully, she'll pop my Citrus, but Poison's a little, eh. I don't really mind a ton, though. Becca's going to flip turn. That is fine. What's she going to go into? Riolu. Okay, Riolu's fine, actually. I'm very okay with Riolu. Because we killed Salazzle, and that was, like, the big threat there, in my opinion. Beautiful. Okay. Ooh. We're gonna flip turn, and I'm gonna go... I think I'm gonna go hard to my Tangela, because I'm anticipating an Earthquake here. I'm anticipating a Coaching and an Earthquake, and I'm not looking forward to it. Yep, Coaching and Earthquake. Beautiful. Okay. So Riolu is at least dead. But Tangela though, thriving. This is Tangela season right here. We're gonna go for Sunny Day, and I'm gonna go for Sunny Day and Protect. I would love for Becca to just deal enough damage to Finneon to where I can just kill it. Oh, I can kill the Drillbur. Sunny Day goes off. Becca's gonna Scald. That is chill. All vibes good. Unfortunately, Drillbur just sucks. But I fuck with the idea, Becca. I'll go for Facade, and I'm gonna go for Ancient Power. I want to try and get the boost one time. Can I get it? Oh my god, we got it! Oh my god, we got it. Becca would be so happy for me. Shout out, Becca. I'm gonna try and get it again. Like, I feel like I have to. Okay, I'm definitely in crit range, so I am gonna Solar Beam that before I lose the game off a crit. I'm sorry for the endgame BM, but like, Becca for the content. Me forgetting Riolu is in a Steel type? Yeah, honestly, I can't lie. I've forgotten that a couple times. But I also forgot that like Poison isn't resisted by Dark the other day, so like that was also super silly. Copy. Beautiful. GG though, Becca. GG. And then there we go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, Becca, I'm sorry for going for the Ancient Power. Loki, if you didn't get the boost and went for the second time. No. Yeah, so I was only going to go for it the second time because I got the boost. Because I would have lost a crit at that point. So I went for it just because I knew that I could afford it. And that was the only way. Because that kept me out of... I would have taken too much from the first Earthquake to have gone for that a second time. And I would have now been in crit range. But because of defense boost, and because you didn't crit me the first time, I had another chance to probably survive a crit. Because I think crit would have done like 50 and I was at like 60-ish. So I would have been okay. So, we will take that. Tangela goated though. Honestly, I fuck with this mon heavy. I fuck with just Sun heavy in general. We'll give more games a chance to fall in while we finish up the tier list. Well, the VR, I should say. And when my personal update of VR, this is not indicative of the community as a whole. This is just my personal update of VR. So when that is finished, if no one else has requested a game, then I will end stream there. Otherwise, we'll finish out whatever the game queue is by then. But for C+, I didn't have any drops to this tier, so it will just literally be verbatim what we have. I did raise a couple things, but like for Gen 1 mons, starting off with C+, we have Bellsprout, we have Horsey, and that should actually be it. Bellsprout and Horsey. These are both essentially just like Weather Goons. Swiftwind and Chlorophyll just worse options than the other ones we have. Horsey has some decent offenses and some okay coverage, but like just use Omanyte. It's a little bit faster than Omanyte, but like it's pure water. Swiftwind, which isn't the best. For Gen 2 mons, we have Chinchou. Chinchou is actually kind of cool. I do vibe with Chinchou. Just because this is Baby Scarfer right here, and I can never disrespect Baby Scarfer. Electric Water is also cool, and it has 2 abilities for immunities, which is also decent. Not really a lot to say about Chinchou, I'll be honest, but it's just objectively good hunk of stats. Did you do, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. Okay, easy enough. We have Cacnea up next. I do vibe with Cacnea in the C+ still for what it's worth. I think it's conceptually good enough. It has enough going for it coverage-wise. Has built-in priority, which is decent, and it's a decent enough mixed attacker. I don't think it's great, but it's okay. It's possible. Just, you know, give it Sandville. Give it Sandville, and it can actually kind of do some stuff. We have Gen 4, Gen 4, and Gen 4 up next. Alright, so we have... Where'd Gen 4 on? Let's go. Perfect. Okay, so we have Chimchar. We have Baby Hippo. We have Snover. So as far as these go, Chimchar is cool with like fake out support. It has some decent utility actually, things like Rock Slide, Flare Blitz. It gets a lot of random support moves, to be honest. Obviously Helping Hand is a decent one. It's a nice like offensive support, but it's just like kind of jack of all trades, really bad at like all of them, but it has enough kit, and it's a decent fire type too. Hippopotas and Snover are just here because they set weather. But Sand isn't that viable, so Hippopotas is here, and the other two Snow Setters are so much better than Snover, though Snover is kind of clean. It's a nice like water resist for those teams, which is cool because ice is resisted at least by water. That's about it. And then finally for the C pluses, we have 3 picks. I actually forgot a Gen 2 mon. I wanted to add Larvitar. Larvitar was another Liv Nom that I want to add to the VR. But this is a cool pick. I won't say that Larvitar is the best mon of all time, but it does get some decent stuff for it. For one, it's a Guts Rock Slide mon. I've been vibing with it on the Torchic team. I think it was okay on the Cutie Fly team. But on the Torchic team though, like if this thing actually does some decent work, I think especially with the potential to baton pass into it, can overcome its really bad speed hurdle. It's definitely a lot more situational. And that reminds me, I actually did have one other mon I want to add from Gen 5 to this tier, because I think it has some like serious give and take with this mon. But I'll get into that in a moment. Oh my god, I forgot to add Honedge. Honedge was just another big pick. I actually want to put Honedge in like flat B, because we don't have a lot of good steals, and I think that Honedge is like a seriously good like ghost steel type mon. Fake out immunity, decent offensive stats too, and decent defense. It's just very physically biased. Really good priority user, really good just typing as a whole. Like this is just objectively just a good ghost type. It's a good ghost type. It's a good steel type. I know it's not a lot of like value there information wise, but it just is what it is. There's not there doesn't always have to be a big reason. It just is good. It's just objectively good. Terrible explanation, I know. But there's only so much to say about Honedge. It's very predictable. You're just running it like offensive moves for whatever your team needs. Usually Shadow Sneak is on there. Here we go. I was looking for the fossils. Both of these are gonna get ranked. So Solosis gets up here, mostly just Trickery Magic Guard is kind of cool. It gets like also Overcoat for a Spore immunity. We have Tortuga, which is just a nice physical Shell Smash water type, but it's also like base 22 speed, so it's not the best. Unless you have like Swift Swim up as well. And then we have Arcan, which is cool. This is essentially like the trade-off with Larvitar, in my opinion, for Arcan. We have a nice like supporting option with like Tailwind and Covert Cloak, and you get like fast rocks on Dueling B off of a much higher natural attack stat. And while Larvitar is slower, it does have a lot better of an ability, because Guts actually can do some stuff, whereas Defeatist kills you at half. And then Larvitar can actually perform in the long term. It's still a decent Tailwind abuser. It gets a lot out of its speed stat at 40-ish, so like you still get some good merit. And Rock Ground as a dual stab is like a really fucking powerful dual stab. It's easily the best Rock Ground type. So there's some real give and take for Larvitar and Arcan. I think they're like very comparable. But neither were on the last VR, and I'm not really sure why, because they're both listable enough in my opinion. We have Flat C though. Flat C is definitely gimmicky territory. I don't know why Axew got ranked. I'm gonna be honest. I don't vibe with Axew. One mon I do vibe with though is kind of cool. Actually, I have a couple picks I want to add here. So you have Krabby. Krabby made the natural VR, and I think it's a decent Sheer Force mon. I think this is borderline C+, but I think Pure Water isn't the best, and this thing really does need Tailwind to kind of do anything. Otherwise, just a sitting duck. But two other mons I want to add though. Actually, three other mons. I want to add Shelter for one. It's a cool Shell Smash option. We have Drowsy that I want to add for Inner Focus Fake Out. It's okay support, and it gets some really specific stuff. And I want to add Hisui Voltorb. This is a really fast Electro Web user with like Grass Stab for ground types. Not sure why we haven't seen it pop, but I think it kind of can do some stuff. At minimum, I think it's listable. I think at minimum, it is a listable pick. As far as Gen 2 picks, I do have another mon that I want to add. I want to add Pichu. Lightning Rod Follow Meezer with Nuzzle and Fake Out is really good. It's the only other Fake Out Follow Me mon in the game. So like that's objectively a really good niche this thing has. And Lightning Rod again is really good. Sitting that clear, that's a crab. Okay, okay. We have Hoppip. Hoppip was another mon that was like actually listed. And that has Chlorophyll plus Tailwind and Rage Powder, which is cool. So I gotta give it to Hoppip. I'm not listing Axew. I am gonna put Skitty on here though. Skitty was kind of cool. Normalize like Fake Out and like Wonder Skin is also cool for like a lot of random support stuff. Objectively decent-ish niche. Is there anything else I want to like actually list? I don't really think there is for this section. Let me just double check. I know I have. I want to drop the Zora here as well. I think that might be it. Zora might. Oh, you know what? Picky Peck too. I want to drop Picky Peck here too. But that's a Live Bias. Live Bias can get included on my tier list, though. It is my tier list after all. But Picky Peck is cool. I'll get into Picky Peck in a bit. That might be it. Oh wait, Impidum never got fucking ranked. Oh, that's a huge crime. What the fuck? Impidum's like actually a good mon. Is there anything else I actually want to add? Litleo 2 gets some niche, but that's definitely in this tier more than anything. I don't think there's anything else I really care to rank. Maybe Bramble. Brambling can get ranked, yeah. I think that's fine, yeah. Okay, those are decent raises, and then we'll rank Toads as well. Toad's cool, can get here. Oh, Bonsly! Oh, Bonsly's another really good mon. Actually, I forgot Bonsly entirely. Let's see. So let me start stacking stuff up here that I want to like actually rank. Toad's cool was another one. Litleo was another one. Where did Zoro go? Becca, by the way, I saw your message. Sorry, I forgot to reply. But I'm down to run it back. Let me just finish up the VR and then we'll end off on our game. I think it's a good place to end off. Right, Piggy Peck and Zoro. And then I want to add Diglett Ekans. And then I'm not ranking Spinarak. Yeah, I'm not ranking Spinarak. I'm not ranking Axew. Actually, I'll put them in bad. They can get bad. Oh, Eevee was another one I wanted to rank. Yeah, Eevee's kind of cool. Yes, we'll do these, then I'll fill out the bad tier. Mankey can also get in here for what it's worth. Last call on anything? Piplup can get up there too. And then we'll do Sandile. I think Sandile will be like the literal final call there. Actually, wait, no. Litten can... Oh, wait, Cutie Fly never made VR. Oh, that's another really good mon. Yeah, we'll do Cutie Fly and Salazzle, and then, like, do Piter. And then I think we've actually filtered through everything usable. Okay. So now that we have officially pulled through all of the kind of usable mons that just were not ranked, well, let me first fill in, like, really quickly the stuff that actually should be ranked. We have Diglett, well, we have Ekans, Diglett gets bad. I know Diglett Alola also is here. That's also not escaping bad. I think both these are personally like really bad picks. Let's see. It was, what was the other pick I want to put in here? Anything that's like bad, I'm just not specifying. I'll put Actio up here just because it was like ranked last time, but it gets bad. It's only getting bad because it was ranked last time. That's about it. What was the other one I wanted to put in D? Zora, right, I want to put Zora in D. Zora's cool with Illusion, that's about it. And these should all be through Venonat, is where I'm going. Oh, and Meowth Galar. Forgot about Meowth Galar. Ponytail was another one. I'm so sorry, I know I kept saying I was gonna like run through and add mons. Let me just scroll with my mouse. We'll scroll with the mouse and see if anything else sticks out. I don't think anything else will stick out, personally. And then I'll, like, actually be done. Eccentric gets D just because of Follow Me. Just because Follow Me, that's really it. But that move is so dumb, it kind of has to get ranked. Teddy Ursa can get up here. Shroomish can get up here. Just because of Spore. Mudkip can get ranked. I played a Mudkip after VLS dropped. I think that mod is actually kind of cool. Playwick is somewhere up here. Makuhita gets ranked. Noel can get ranked. There's a lot more mons that should get ranked than I thought. But we're gonna rank them all anyway. I might just fight you before, Becca, and then we'll do all the mons that like didn't get ranked before. That I missed. Let me just figure out the rest of them too, and I can set like a cap. Let's see. Larvesta can get ranked. I think this thing gets free H powder. Even if it doesn't, I mean, the typing is still decent. It'll just determine where I end up ranking it, is all. Rockruff was a cool option that can get ranked. Slowpoke also can get ranked. Let's see, so we're at like Rockruff territory. Oh, Helioptile was another one actually. Star U2. Skrelp is a big meta pick now. That gets ranked for sure. That gets ranked really high actually. Stuffle's a meta pick now. We'll rank Morlul too. Low, but we'll rank it. Strudel can get ranked. I think we're pretty cleared through most of the ones that are gonna get ranked. Oh, Qfant's another one. Qfant's a cool pick. Aracuda can get a rank just because of weather, but it's not good. Poplio can get ranked. I was actually theory crafting that one earlier. That might not be too terrible. No, we've officially done it. Yay. Okay, sweet. Let me just move these mons up real quick, and then I can fight you, Becca. Aracuda, Strudel, not Chingling, Qfant. We're putting Stuffle, Morlul, and then Bronzor. That's it. Okay, sweet. So everything through the Ponytas. The Ponytas are the last ones we'll rank, and these are all going to be after I fight you, Becca. No, like, that's totally fair. Listen, Shiinotic is still... Shiinotic's a cool mon, actually. I do vibe with Shiinotic. We need more Shiinotic love, to be honest. That mon is such a silly mon. But no one loves it besides me. I feel like I'm genuinely, like, the only fan of that evolution line, like, in existence. Alright. So, Becca, you will be our final game of the day, and then we're going to just end off on tier list stuff. Okay, Sandler is silly. Sandler might actually cook on a team like this. Yeah, okay. Thankfully, that was not Yemma, so I actually do have a lead. Like, I have a real lead into this, finally. We'll go with... Squirtle, Larvitar, Tortoise, Hurlu. I don't really need Tangela here. Which I feel like it's kind of a throw, but, like, we'll see why. We'll see why. Trust. Okay. Actually, wait, no, that's a lie. They don't have a line into Tangela. What am I talking about? Not bringing Tangela would be a throw. I don't need Torchic anymore, though. Alright, Riolu and Stantler. Oh, God. Okay, this is going for sword power bullshit. Oh, God. I know what you are. We'll go with Rock Slide, and I'm going to fake out into the Stantler before it really does anything. Actually, hold on. I don't want Larvitar Drain Punching me for free. I'm going to fake out the Larvitar and then Rock Slide. And then I'll just go for, like, Follow Me. That's fine. I wanted to fake you out anyway. Calm Mind goes off. That's fine. Rock Slide should still do some serious damage. I did, like, nothing. My God. Oh, right, because I'm intimidated. Shit. We're going to go for Riolu. And then I'm going to flip turn here on the Stantler. I'm going to bring back in the Larvitar. Coaching. Yeah, no, fuck. Fuck. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. Hold on, wait, why is that one gonna cook me? We're going for Follow Me and Rock Slide, and I just need to kind of hope that this thing doesn't one-shot me. Because my fucking God. Don't kill. Thank God, that did nothing. Okay. Follow Me. Rock Slide. If only I had Dragon Dance on the set, like, specifically. I took it off because I had the Baton Pass. But fuck, I might need Dragon Dance back on here. Because this is, like, so awful. I might actually get fucked. Becca might, like, beat me on lead. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, Sword Power. Thankfully, that doesn't kill. And Riolu will not kill either, so I have another turn. Okay. Sure, that's whatever. We're gonna Facade, I think, just for the more accuracy. Because again, I really do need that, I cannot stress this enough. I need the Stantler dead. I need the Stantler dead, like, yesterday. That mon is so vile, and I might unironically lose if that doesn't die in, like, this turn. Sword power goes off. Okay, thank God. I hope Drain Punch doesn't kill. Drain Punch killed. Fuck. Okay, I lose. GG. Yeah, I can't win. I'm not even gonna attempt that because Stantler just murders. No, that Fox. I hate this. I hate this so much. Okay. Special lead. Torchic Riolu. We're gonna go for Tangela in the back. Actually, wait, no. Torchic Riolu, Hoppip, and Tangela. That's the lead for sure. That is objectively always the lead. Because now I can just go for Sun, and Sun should ransack. Drillbur, okay. Actually kind of fine. Sunny Day and Protect. Because thankfully the Drillbur will not really kill. Hippo might be a little terrifying, but it's not going to be the end of the world. They're going to definitely go for Earthquake, and I'll have to double on the next turn into my Tangela, which is whatever. Okay. Oh, wow, they just killed shit. That's not good. We'll go into Tangela. I'll Solar Beam that. And then I'm just going to go for Heat Wave. Because at minimum, that should, like, actually deal real damage to my opponent. And even if they dual swap, I'm kind of fine with that. They did not switch out Drillbur, though, which is great because Solar Beam go and we're good. Single target Heat Wave now will also kill Stantler. So bye-bye. Thankfully, Becca choked a little bit. I don't think it was like a massive choke, but definitely a little bit of a choke. We're gonna Heat Wave, and I'm gonna go for Solar Beam. I just need Hippo to take damage. So yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine long term. Coaching is brutal. Coaching is brutal here, though. That is such a brutal click, because that's just gonna body press for free and kill my Torchic. Yeah, okay, Torchic's dead. Torchic is so dead. We are so dead. We're gonna Rage Powder. I have to Rage Powder because I need the Tangela to live. Okay, thankfully it is doing that. I can just Encore this now and then Ancient Power it through. Becca's gonna forfeit. Can I get the boost? Can I get the boost? We're gonna Tailwind because it's funnier. I wanna try and get the boost. Yeah, okay. I'm so sorry, Becca. I wanted to try and get the boost again. Alright. So Becca fucked me over. I fucked Becca over. Let's see if we can get the win. Alright. So no boost for you. No, that's valid. That's valid. I fuck with it. I fuck with the mentality at least. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's why I wasn't letting you kill my Tangela. Because I didn't want you store powering me or setting up to +6. Because I couldn't have stopped that. Okay. This is fine. I could just go for Sunny Day and Hidden Power Ground, actually. I'll punish this to land it right away. Beautiful. Okay, they let me get Sun Up at least, which is fine. I'll go for Follow Me. And I'm going to go for Heat Wave here. Because I know Salandit will not kill me in one hit. So I'm okay with that. Beautiful. Okay. We still do so much damage to that Mon, by the way. My God. Holy fuck. Fucking Christ, Torchic. Yeah, no, again, reminder. This thing is Demon. Torchic genuinely is like a stupid Pokemon. I think this thing actually is like objectively viable. Come on again, pussy. Hell yeah. Bring in the Hippo. Okay, thank God. We're gonna go for Drain Punch and Heat Wave. Heat Wave should still maul the Riolu. Beautiful. Okay, sweet. Finneon. What a silly little Mon. Thankfully, Finneon is slower. That's still gonna do a lot of damage, but like I can get enough off. Actually, wait. Oh fuck! I should have drained. Yeah, I should have drained. Well, Drain and Protect would have technically been the play, but I'm okay with that. Okay, sweet. I think I go for follow me here, and I go for hidden power ground into the Stantler just to kill. Beautiful. Okay, sweet. And then we rage powder, and I go for baton pass. We get our boost after all. Huzzah! Okay, sweet. Rage powder, and then I'm gonna go for solar beam. Well, for ancient power, because I want to try and get the boost again. Becca, I'm so sorry, but this is like turned into a gimmick. Yeah, okay. Good game. Good game, Becca. I will say, that is a really that's a really good best of one team, I will say. Like I feel like if you were playing best of one, that would actually cook a lot of people. Because that Stantler Riolu was a hard thing to find a line into, actually. No, like you really like on lead bullied my team. And I think that you almost could have done it this game as well. Benching Sam was the right call. I think that I think you were just a little bit too reckless with Riolu is all, and if you went Finneon first, I think you would have been fine. But what do I know? To be fair, I will say dual grass was kind of a hard endgame for that. But like your team was like unironically though, that is a decent team, I would say. I think you found a good line. And that core is also really good. I will say, if you're... Is there a good ghost type Tailwind mon? God damn, I typed in Gible on accident. Drifloon. I wouldn't really run Drifloon here. Yeah, I take it back. What about Tailwind? I mean, Cutie Fly could maybe be not terrible. What about Poison? No, I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, okay, never mind. I take it back. There's probably some sort of like, actually, you know what could be good there? If you're willing to ditch like Tailwind, Poltergeist could be really good on that team over Finneon, actually. And that could like really fuck some people over. If you were to go with like I'll DM you the site real quick. I got you. Anything for you, Becca. Polcha. And then you could throw I know there's another one. You could throw Covert Cloak back on Salazzle at that point. And then just go with like this sort of trying to think of a way we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with Mental Herb, I think. Because you don't really want this Encore locked. We'll go with like Rage Powder. We're gonna go with Trick Room, Protect, and then Shadow Ball. Oh, you're Sand Force. Oh, okay, yeah, that then maybe not. Well, if you decide to change back to Sand Rush, that will help a lot with your damage for what it's worth. But if you decide to change back to Sand Rush, I would recommend running that. I think it will help a lot with the Stantler aspect of the team. And it could be not terrible for Dribbler too, to be fair, for just longevity. No one's really running safety gogs right now, so like that kind of cooks. But that would be my personal rec. To each their own though. I do think Sand Force is definitely decent on a team like that. And with Tailwind, you could do some decent work with Finneon. But just personal rec. To end off though, we're going to be done with battles for the day. We do have a bunch of Pokemon that did not make it last VR, about like 3 rows of them. I'm going to really quickly place into tiers. Most of them are low tier, but like some do have some like real merit. No, it is really not that good, yeah. B- is kind of being generous to it, but it is sand technically. Starting off with Mudkip though. Cool, Iguardmon, bulky water. Decent attack set too at like 70. I actually fought one the other day. It was a cool pick. I think Objectively has a place. Definitely B tier. We're gonna sort these by dex too. That's like right here. Larvesta. I need to double check if this thing has Rage Powder or not. In Nat Dex. Does it get Rage Powder? Does not get Rage Powder. Okay, then Larvesta is like a C tier Pokemon. It's got a cool typing at least. Just, you know, no Rage Powder. Flame Body's still good. Litwick is cool. I also think this is a C tier. Fire Ghost is decent. Trick Room and Prison is decent. It gets like good offensive stab. It's just offenses though. Offense and Flash Fire. But like Litwick is still Litwick. It still has like 65 special attack and it's just worse. Essentially what you're doing is you're trading like a really good secondary stab with like actual coverage for 10 base more speed than Gimme Ghoul, which is not great, but it has merit. It has merit objectively. I'd actually put as far as like B plus on a B minus maybe. We could probably do B minus, yeah. Skrelp. This is like an actual meta pick now. Skrelp is like finally getting explored. I would go as far as to say this is a B plus Pokemon. There might even be some merit to giving this thing like an A minus. I'm actually gonna give it A minus. I think Skrelp is kind of dangerous. This is probably as good of a check to Spritz as you get offensively. The thing is though is that it's really slow, but it is a great trick room abuser. Muddy Water is really spammable too off of adaptability, water typing. I'm not sure if this is like a fad or just like right now this is good, but this one is like actually really decent. I would like genuinely rate Skrelp as like a real pick. And I'm kind of shocked I missed it earlier because it's like Skrelp, like objectively, this thing really does deserve a place in VR. Of the things that were unranked, Skrelp probably is the objective best pick though, I would say. Gimme Ghoul would be second, but Skrelp is definitely good. Staryu was cool. Pure water typing, it's just coverage machine. It's not as weather reliant. It has good stats, but it's just nothing great for spread. You don't get things like Muddy Water, which is kind of a pain. And you're pure water type. Drifloon is cool, nice manual Tailwind Mon. It's really groupie reliant on teams though, but like it can do some work. I would give this thing like a C+. Makuhita is cool. Fake Out Wide Guard support is decent, and if fighting type is decent, I would give this like a B minus. We've seen Wide Guard do decent in general on things like Mantike today. Makuhita could do that with Fake Out. It is the only user of the two. And fighting type is good. It pairs well with a lot of good trick room setters like Spritzy, and it's slow. Numel, I fought a few of these actually. They've been very different sets. I fought like Flame Charge Weakness Policy. I've fought Coaching Partnership with Riolu. This thing is pretty versatile actually. I gotta give it to Numel. The dual stab is really good. Just like it's also very support heavy or you're fucked. I'm giving it C+. I think it's fair. It's a gimmick mon for sure, but it's a good gimmick mon. Shroomish will get a D tier. I think this is an okay Spore option. That's about it. But it's pure grass and it doesn't have the best stats. But it has Spore and that's a broken move. This could maybe do something. I think this thing also gets like Rage Powder too. Let me double check that. If this thing gets Rage Powder, it can go up a tier. It does not get Rage Powder. But it does still get like Spore. And that's really all it needs, like Spore Leech Seed. So it can get D. Teddiursa's cool. Normal type Guts Pokemon. Like that's not terrible. Like Stab Facade. Actually it gets only Quick Feet. Okay. I mean that's still not terrible. That's still not terrible. I mean to be fair, Shroomish was not ranked before, so this is still good for Shroomish. Teddiursa can get D tier. Just off of Quick Feet. If it had Guts as well, this would probably be like a C+. But Dewpider's cool. No Wide Guard kind of sucks. This thing can get like this can get a C+. Water with Water Bubble is really good, but like just use Clamp Roll in all honesty. Cutiefly is like an actual real pick. Having Shield Dust is really good for this thing. It's one of the few fairies that's like actually viable. I would give this thing a B+. I think that Spritz is like objectively a better call. Actually, no, I'd actually give this thing an A-. I think this is a decent pick. Pollen Puff support as well is really good. You could essentially just trade this thing as either like a nice specs option with like Pollen Puff, Energy Ball, Dual Fairy, or you could go with like Quiver Dance like we saw earlier today with a nice Rage Powder or Follow Me Pokemon. And Fairy typing is such a good typing. It's also one of the fastest bonds in the format at base 84 speed. It's a built-in Fake Out immunity too, so you get a lot of item versatility with that. I think it's actually like a really good pick. It's low end A- for sure, but like Fairy is a really good typing that we do not have a lot of. Slate, it's kind of cool. I was workshopping this with Becca actually earlier today as like a check to Spritz. And on Poison Farm, you can nearly guarantee it. That's decent. It's a nice fire typing too. It's like one of the best fire resistance you can go with. I'm willing to give this like a B-, to be honest. I think Salandit's kind of decent. It's at least on par with Litten for Fake Out potential in my opinion. But I think it benefits certain teams more just with that secondary stab. Sandile is kind of okay. Ground Dark is a decent stab combination, but like at the same time though, Salandit still doesn't have a lot going for it moveset wise. Intimidate's not the best. We'll give it like a C+. This is only for non-restricteds. Yeah, this is non-restricteds. This is me. I'll pull up the regular. So this is the fan voted VR. It's a little bit out of date though, because like realistically stuff just kind of changed in the format viability wise. There's an A through S tier that's cut off, like A+, and S tier. It's all cut off, but like a lot of stuff has changed over the past week and a half. So I'm making my own version. Essentially just reacting to, we first started with like adding everything that was here. And then now we are just going through and adding in the mons that I think should be on here. They just haven't been used. Yeah, what was I saying? I left off on Sandal, right? Yeah, C+. I think C+ is decent for it. It's a ground type with Intimidate, and it's dark as well. Just is very weak to a lot of the fighting types. It is a ground type, though. We do not have a lot of them. Poplio. Poplio is cool, actually. Poplio has a few things going for it. For one, it does not get Muddy Water, which sucks, but it does get, like, Liquid Voice, Hyper Voice, which is kind of cool on calm mindsets. This could actually do some, like, decent work as a pure water typing, in my opinion. I'm willing to give it C+, to be honest. I think it's about as good as I can give it. But as far as like a special water type, it's like base 40 speed, throw spray, liquid voice, hyper, calm mind could actually do some work. Q-Fan. Q-Fan's cool, actually. I do vibe with this mon as like a pure steel type. We don't have a lot of good seals, and Q-Fan at least having like sheer force and a shit ton of coverage is decent. The stats aren't terrible either. Like, we look through Q-Fan, it's like base 40 speed, base 80 attack too, which is really good for Little Cup standards. I'd be willing to give Q-Fan B-. I think it's like actually not terrible. Aracuda's cool. Aracuda is just better Buizel. Well, actually, okay, so Aracuda is better physical Buizel, but Buizel is just a better like mixed attacker. I'm willing to give both B-, and call it there. They both kind of like are basically just alternate clones of the other. Essentially, you're using Buizel if you're wanting like nice versatility moveset. You're using Aracuda if you want just a strictly better physical option. Swift Swim isn't really the best in either of these, though. I would actually argue Ammonite is the best Swift Swim option. But they're not terrible options. They are a lot faster than Ammonite, so there's some merit in that. These are ordered by Natdex, except for the A through S tier. These three are ordered by viability of the Pokemon. But nothing that we're going over right now is reaching that. The best pick that we added on after the tier list was made was Skrelp. That was the best unranked Pokemon that we added on. I'll mention that just flat out. And Skrelp is honestly better than most of this tier. It's borderline an A-ranked Pokemon. But I do think that certain picks in here, like I would say Hisui Growlithe is definitely a more consistent option. Fleshling is a little bit better. Cutiefly's a little bit, well, Cutiefly's about as good. But it's definitely not holding up to, like, Mantike, the Vulpixes, etc. Bronzor. Bronzor's an okay steal for Trick Room setting. This thing gets, like, a C+ for sure. It's an okay setter. Honedge is in the wrong spot. Is it? Honestly, very well. No, Honedge is in the right spot. It's Gen 6. We have Vullaby right over here. And then we have Honedge. And then we have Poltergeist, which is Gen 9. So that's in the right spot. But yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, Bronzor's an okay Trick Room setter. We have Stuffle. Stuffle's like a fighting type with Wide Guard. It's okay. It's like flat C, to be honest. Yeah, it's flat C. There's not really a lot to say there. It's just normal fighting. And has like decent coverage, but it's very physically defensive leaning, and it's weak to other fighting types. We have Morlul. This is a cool spore option. I think it's like better Shroomish, to be honest. We'll give this thing a C tier. No, Fairy Grass is decent. How is Buizel? How is Aracuda better physical? That's a good question. It's mostly the moves, to be honest. So Buizel has like 2 base higher attack, but when you consider that Aracuda has like close combat as a nice option, or like Psychic Fangs, it's a lot better physically suited, and like Drill Run 2 is a lot better coverage than what Buizel gets. We feel like a Buizel's physical moves, meanwhile, it's not bad by any means, but it is mostly water, and then like you have Brick Break and Crunch as your next best options. Psychic Fangs hits harder than both of those. Actually, hold on, yeah. You get Iron Tail technically. But yeah, like Ice Spinner and Crunch are decent, but like compared to Aracuda though, which like if we're going off of physical options, like close combat hits a lot harder. Psychic Fangs is a much more utility based option. Your Ice Stab is weaker, to be fair. Ice Fang is a weaker option, but other than that, though, like, you know, you typically would prefer this, I would argue. Though, Buizel's still not bad. I think Buizel benefits a lot more from stuff like, for example, you get stuff like Scald, which is decent, and you have a lot better of a special attack, too, at base 60. And your speed is a lot better. Actually, I'm willing to put Buizel. I didn't realize Buizel was, like, that much faster at 85. I'm actually willing to... I'm keeping Buizel in B-. I'm putting Aracuda in the C+ tier, though. I didn't realize there was such a speed difference. I thought Aracuda was faster, to be honest. Because I know, like, Basculin Legion... I know, not Basculin. Parascuda is, like, makes 136. I thought Aracuda was, like, at least in the 80s. So I take it back. Yeah, that's just a worse Buizel. Shroodle's up next. Cool prankster support Pokemon with things like Parting Shot. Actually, let me double check this thing gets Parting Shot. I know Grafaiai does. Yeah, this is parting shot. And it gets like super fang too. You get all the weathers. You get a lot of good stuff with Strudel. I would give it C+ personally. Strudel is like probably the best underexplored support Pokemon. Because like no one's really used Strudel, but it gets like Prankster Encore, Prankster Parting Shot, Prankster Taunt. Like this is the mon I'm actually kind of shocked no one's really using. I would borderline actually put this thing in the B- tier actually. Because again, the typing is really good into stuff like Spritz. And it's also a Prankster Pokemon that can bully Spritz, because you have like Stab Gunk off of that, which is good. Strudel actually could kind of cook. I'm kind of interested to try. Strudel probably, I'm going to try and cook with Strudel for not Friday stream, because again, we're doing Reg G on Friday. But I'll cook with it for next week on Monday stream. I'll cook with Strudel. I think the mon has potential. Mankey's decent. Decent offenses. Defiant is cool. This is more of a circumstantial, like, if we ever saw Intimidate pick up, Mankey would be decent. And on that note, same for Piplup. It also gets a C+ for that reason. If we see Intimidate ever pick up more than it does with like Scraggy and Litten being kind of niche options, but okay right now, then these two would both be decent. Piplup gets some good coverage with things like, for example, I think you got Muddy Water. You don't get Muddy Water. Why does nothing get Muddy Water? I mean, even still, for special options, you get like Ice Beam, Scald, Signal Beam, Weather Ball, Blizzard, Disarming Voice. Like, you get some decent coverage. And then obviously Mankey, like Mankey has like really good stats. It's like 80 attack and 70 speed. Actually, hold on. Mankey actually is probably just a better version of Cubfu, if we're gonna be real. Mankey can get like a flat B, to be honest. This thing is actually kind of decent. And Defiant is a really good ability on that. And while you do trade the ability to get intimidated, you get boosted every time. You just can now get flinched. So there's some decent give and take there. But Mankey could cook. Mankey could like actually cook. Eevee's okay. It's just priority mon. That's about it. But it's like a good priority mon with like adaptability, quick attack. You don't need the setup like a lot of the other quick attack users do. So we'll give it C. Picky Beck's cool. You just go with like Sheer Force and like Loaded Dice or like Scarf Steel Link, and both could do some decent work. If we look at Picky Beck's coverage too, like you get some decent stuff. 65 speed and like 70 attack, well 75 attack. With stuff like Brave Bird, you get stuff like Knockoff, U-Turn, you get Bullet Seed. You get a lot of good moves in this mon. Rock Smash even for coverage for steals is not terrible off of like at least more offensive sets. Oh, you get Brick Break too, yeah. You get Brick Break and Flame Charge. And for special with Sheer Force, you also get stuff like Heat Wave, Hurricane. You get Boom Burst, which is just a nice special option. This thing is a decent option, even though it's like 30 special attack. Just because the moves are so high damage and Sheer Force boosts it pretty well. Helioptile is cool. I actually think this is a flat B-mon. Really cool glare user in my opinion. And it's also just normal electric. Really good rain abuse in my opinion. It's cool on sand too. If, you know, Sandbell was allowed, this would be the best sand abuser, unironically, in this year. I don't think it would be close, because it also have dry skin to fuck around with people. Helioptile is decent, though. I think Helioptile is like a good pick. Bonsly! Bonsly's cool, actually. I have 5 with Bonsly. This thing is really strong. Like when I say really strong, I mean, like, actually, like, base 80 attack, base, like, 90-something defense. This makes, base 95, sorry. And then you also get, like, sturdy with Cut Stab, which is cool. So outside of Trick Room, you could still hit really hard. You do get Rockhead too, to be fair, but like you don't get Head Smash, so like what's the point? But this is a cool trigger mon with like base 10 speed. You go with literally Rock Slide, Stomping Tantrum. Yeah, Rock Slide, Stomping Tantrum, Sucker Punch, Protect is the set I've been running. And the mon like does some real damage. Like I actually think that Bonsly is like a really good pick right now. I could see it even being like B+ the next time I do these VRs, because it's like a really strong mon. But for now, I'm gonna give it B. Bonsly's cool though. I liked using it a lot last stream. Slowpoke, we ranked this is literally just water psychic type version of Galar Slowpoke. Same thing, you know, Oblivious is cool, gets some decent offensive stabs. Rockruff is cool. Objectively, it's not like Bonsly cool, but 65-60 with like the ability to be immune to Intimidate and also flinching. Well, you at least get steadfast for flinching, I should say. Like it's decent. I'd be willing to give it like a B- at least. Yeah, I think B- is more than fair. Imbinim is cool. This is pretty good Prankster mon. Dark Fairy is decent typing for it. We're giving this a B, just a flat B. This is explored, but it's unranked. I'm not sure why it got unranked, to be honest. I know it was getting used when VRs were made, and it's like a decent pick. Bramblin is cool. This thing gets some decent stuff like Shadow Sneak, Poltergeist, etc. And then also, you know, Wind Rider is a good ability. When the Bramblin meta pops up, like y'all are fucked, because Bramblin actually has like decent kit. It's just not its time right now, and that's fair. Actually, I'm gonna give it a C+. I think C+ is more than fair. Litleo is cool. It's one of the more offensive fire types, and it has like decent speed. Typing's okay, but like normal fire isn't the best. Though 73 special attack and 72 speed is really good for this format. I'm willing to give it C+. I think C+ is more than generous to let it go. We have 5 more Pokemon left. We had Toad School, which like has a really good support. It could be like Rage Powder, Spore, Trick Room, but its ability sucks. We'll give it C. We have Venonat, which is a cool Rage Powder plus Sleep Powder option with Compound Eyes. I'm giving this a C+. I think that's a decent tiering for it. Bug Poison is a okay typing in this format. Meowth Galar can get a B-. We don't really have good steel types. And this thing has like decent fake out potential. I'm actually kind of shocked no one's really using Meowth Galar because I actually think the Mon could fill a really important niche as a good steel type. So I would love to see more Meowth Galar usage. This is another Mon I want to try soon. Though I know Rag is also, Anne is testing Meowth Galar too. So I'm curious to see what she thinks on that because I might hit her up about that. And then finally the Ponytas. I'm actually not going to rank this one. I forgot it's not a fairy type. But regular Ponyta is kind of cool, though. It's a cool single target win con. I think it's at least a B- Mon, personally. Like, Ponyta is a nice, like, pure fire flame body option. With, like, decent offensive stats, too. Like, Ponyta's very well optimized. Like, 85 attack and 90 speed. Like this is a good win con, I would argue. It's just mostly single target reliant, unfortunately. With, like, Flare Blitz, Flame Charge, high horsepower, low kick, stuff like that. But if it wasn't for that, like if it had even just like Rock Slide, right, this becomes an instant A- pick. Unfortunately, it has no good physical spread, and its special coverage is very lacking. Otherwise, though, this is like a very free A- pick if it had Rock Slide. But it's still not bad. It's a nice, it's like a, actually, I mean, Carvana's a decent pick too. This could be like a nice fire type Carvana equivalent. I'm willing to put this in B. I'm willing to put this in the B tier. That is as high as this Mon goes. But yeah, so we have our finished VRs though. For the S through A tier is in order of viability. Afterwards, it is in order of dex number. To an extent, I probably fucked up on some of these, but it's like roughly in dex order. Let me know what you guys think down below. And also, if you enjoy and want to see more, like and subscribe. Consider becoming a member because for just a few dollars a month, you get some nice bonus content. And also, well, I forget if do I have bonus content in my perks for this? I actually forgot. I gotta hit up members either way. Yeah. So we have members content. Members content will be starting up later this month. I just had to make sure that I correctly stated that without like not advertising it. So that'll be coming up soon though. I'll be polling later this week for the first members video. But either way though, we do have badges, emotes, etc. 8 channel members as the goal says up here, and we do get Becca on stream. So if you want to see Becca on stream with us, she's gonna cook something. I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be stupid in like the best way possible. Then make sure to of course become a member. Liking and subscribing, there's plenty of free ways to support. And with that said though, I will see you guys on Friday for our next stream because I'm not streaming this week on Wednesday.